Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the Closing Acumen. We'd like to welcome you as you make your way. We ask that you share this video as you make your way. Share the video. Today we were expecting some students from the University of Liberia to come and talk about the ongoing crisis in Liberia with the House of Representatives. But I heard there's a major rainfall in Liberia at the moment, and for that reason, there have been some issues with the radio station. I'm not sure if they're going to make it in today, but it's a pleasant welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you this Wednesday to the Closing Acumen. Alaska Pay from India, welcome. Uh, uh, Yes, they say internet is even down in Liberia. The weather is bad, but we will try to bring you a show even for the next few few hours, maybe 1 or 2 hours. We'll still try to do a show for you, and so that we'll talk about what's going on. We're very sorry to our listener in Liberia that you will not be on because I heard it's raining, the internet is down, but here we are again. We want to come back to you and provide you some information of what's happening in Liberia. It is a pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from our end here in the U.S. Uh, uh, it's an honor to have you with us for the next few hours. As you make your way, we ask that you please share this show. Just hit your share button as we begin this all important show. Welcome, Matthew Nadola. Welcome to the Closing Acumen. Watching from Bapulu County, he's watching us. Welcome, Matthew. It's a pleasure to have you here with us as well. Tomalin will be joining us shortly, uh, 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 and the other guys will join us. But it's a very interesting. Liberia is a very interesting country. You and I have talked about it to see what's going on in our country. Uh, uh, it's almost like law and order is broken down. Law and order is down because, but today we saw some dramatic turn. We saw the Minister of Finance, the current Minister of Finance, inviting the Speaker for them to go over the budget. And we also saw a letter from IMF. I mean, the IMF that was interesting to him. So, excuse me, there was a little bit of interruption. But yeah, what's going on in Liberia? So, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you as you come on, share the show. We're going to have a lot of folks joining us shortly. Uh, uh, it's a lot happening. It's a lot happening in Liberia. Uh, uh, I understand the chair of the majority bloc on the ball. This is just something that must be a breaking news. Unconfirmed report. Welcome, Nora. Unconfirmed report. I heard that the chair of the majority bloc, Samuel G. Togar, affirmed that the political officer of the office of speaker has. This is fake. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it. But we want to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen. Grace, I thought the link was in. Let me post this in there for you guys to come on. I just came on. Let me go back and get the link. But we are here today, guys. Some students from the University of Liberia are supposed to be joining us, uh, and they have not uh, 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 joined us yet. But we're looking forward for them to still get on. I understand there's an internet issue in Liberia. I'm in Monrovia. I'm not sure how it is because we have people from as far as Bapu that is watching us. So I'm not sure But we'll break it down to you. We'll discuss this. What's going on? Honorable Kofa remains the legitimate Speaker of the House of Representatives. He remains uh, uh, the legitimate Speaker of the House of Representatives, and he business will be conducted as usual. I mean, I know pretty soon the other group may be going out of money because if they are depending on somebody to support them to stay in a hotel, they live right in Monrovia, and they're at hotels spending $200-300 a night eating and drinking, and they expect the Liberian people to just cave in. I think that what Liberian people need to do now is to actually try to get out there and try to make them to go to work. Or the speaker can do things. They have not been working. They're not working. They've been cutting us section back and forth. So don't pay them. Don't give them money. Let them stay at RLJ. Let them put a bill that will not be able to afford. Don't pay them. But this is a very crucial time of the year. Christmas is around the corner. Liberian take Christmas very, very, very important. People look to Christmas to get paid and to buy their children gifts and food and all of that. And you guys are sitting at RLJ doing nothing, pretty much. And all you are demanding for the speaker to leave. You're doing nothing. Nothing. You know, extorting money from others and to remove the speaker. They bribe you. How long? 15,000 or 20,000 going to last you? Because you're living an extravagant life that you can't afford, and now you are demanding the speaker to leave. So you're gonna live an extravagant life. You can't afford the life that you are living right now at RLJ. Somebody is paying for you. Somebody who got lose money is paying for you, and you are just there, eating, drinking, pretty much, girlfriends, and sitting there making big mouth that you're removing the speaker. So it's shameful on your part. Stella Adjavon, welcome. Nora, Hope, good to see you. Asada Dawson, welcome from Maryland. So all this is going on. What kind of country is Liberia? And take it or leave it. I expected the president of Liberia to at least elect the Liberian people. What did the Constitution say? The power is inherent in the people. And if you think the Liberian people can move you, these people can come up and march on you and remove you. Yeah, you guys, how they work? You go 2 days a week. Thank you, Nora. They go 2 days a week and receive a huge salary, almost $10,000 to $15,000 a month. But yet and still, the thing that you should be fighting to do the everyday, the bread and butter situation of that country, on how you can improve the lives of Liberia, what you can do to improve the livelihood of Liberians that are struggling every day. You're not doing it. You're not doing it, but you're sitting there and riding on these people, acting like you're serious. The Liberian people have not accepted what you're saying. In fact, we did a poll. And what I heard, the opinion pool out there, all the Liberian people disagree with you. So who are those supporting you? Who are the Liberians that you are defending? Well, 85% of the population disagree with you, the decision that you're taking. Everybody's calling on you to go to work. That's what President said. He said, not making noise, you should be making laws to benefit the country. You see? You be making laws to benefit the country. But you are sitting there, all right? You are there in somebody's hotel. I guess you're going to powder bills at those people's hotel. At the end of the day, you won't pay, and you'll look for a voucher from government to go and pay that bill. That's what they're going to do. They're going to look for voucher. They will credit from those people, and they'll be running behind them for months to get a bill for that hotel. But they'll go there, they will be eating, they'll be drinking, bringing their girlfriends and what have you. They're going to be there and inflicting bill on those people. And at the end of the day, the Liberian people will shoulder that bill. You think it's fair to the Liberian people? I mean, from the polls conducted, the Liberian people are not in favor the what block they call the majority block. They are not in favor of the decision they are taking, and Liberian people are not happy at all because the everyday bread and butter. How many people go to bed hungry in that country every day? How many people sick can't afford to take their family outside the hospital? All of you guys at that hotel, the moment you sick, they'll find money to take you out of the country to go to hospital. The poor Liberian will sit there and die because they can't afford to get out of the country to get medicine. Are you guys making decisions for Liberians to go to medical, to have good medical facility, good education? The University of Liberia, look at the University of Liberia building. The campus there on around Capitol Hill. See how bad it looks. Nothing you guys doing, but you're sitting now eating people money, taking bribe just because you hit somebody action and stuff like that. What a very shameless group of people. Shameless group. The Liberian people don't want you. From the poll that we follow, the people we ask, the people we talk to, they're not in favor of you. So the Liberian people, they are the one that put you there. The power belongs to the Liberian people. And if you're not serious, those people will go to your office and storm it, and that will be the end of your representative job. That's what they need to do. Storm the office, walk in it, and let them get out, and that will be the end of it. But it's too sad for a country that can't recover. I don't know what is this swear like the world have on them. They can't recover from nothing. Tomalin George, welcome. Good to see you, brother.
Hey, Dr. Peabody, good to see you. Good evening to all our viewers, our followers. I see Alaska Pay, Hawanatu Masare, Matthew Ndole from Babulu. Wow, from Babulu County. Matthew, gotta tell us, man. Wow, how's Babulu? Um, Nero Hooks from Iowa, Stella Luna Ajivon, Asata Odosi from Maryland, CDC Papi Success Keita for life from Duboro, Otelo Swa. I got here, Barrett. Hey, Barrett.
CDC picking up a joke.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, it's good. We're back again, and same old thing. The lawmakers, they are still on the Wahala. See a letter here from the International Monetary Fund, the Office of the Resident Representative in Liberia, addressed to the Speaker, Honorable J. Fonati Kofa, Speaker, Honorable House of Representatives, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. The International Monetary Fund will field a mission to Liberia from November 6 to 19, 2024 to conduct a first review of the Extended Credit Facility ECF supported program between the government of Liberia and the IMF. Mr. Dacheng Kim, IMF Mission Chief for Liberia, will lead the mission. The mission writes to request a joint meeting with you and the leadership of the House of Representatives on November 18. Now, I don't know. That's why President Boyka he will be compelled to talk to intervene now because they're about to give them $200 million loan through the Extended Credit Facility, the ECF program between the IMF and the government of Liberia. In order for that money to go through, the House need to rectify it. So now you have ratification. That's why the IMF is writing the Speaker, informing him. Now, President Boga has said and allowed $200 million to just to prevent it from coming to his government, or will he ensure that the money is given to his government? That he really needed this money. If you cannot get his money, it will affect your economic agenda, economic program. And the Minister of Finance is present in the country, in the U.S., with his deputy Debuzo, Minister Gafon, already in Washington, D.C., between the IMF officials. I'm sure that they decided to go this route, perhaps to not directly intervene, but to send a message that the House got to get an act together so that the Liberian people should benefit from the IMF Extended Credit Facility supported program. And so they informed the Speaker that that they want a joint meeting with the IMF and the House of Representative leadership on November 18th. So they will be in Liberia from the 6th to the 19th. So they arrived in the country and on the 6th, maybe before the 6th, and then from there they will have to meet with the leaders of the House on the 18th. And the Supreme Court stay order was the Justice in Chamber, Associate Justice Yami Bese will meet with the leadership of the House on the 4th of November, which is on Monday, next Monday. So tomorrow they will have another day to have a session. If that does not go well, that means the last court will be the Supreme Court on November 4th. The Supreme Court, as we are aware, they are the highest decision makers when it comes to legal matters. And if the opinions are final, once they issue an opinion on interpretation of the law, it's final. Nobody can review it. So if the Supreme Court ruled on Monday, November 4th, that Funatis Kofa is still the speaker and lawmakers should return to session, it's up to them. If they choose not to come, they'll be in violation of the Constitution of Liberia, which is a serious issue. And that's when things may get out of hand. So it's in the president's interest, as I've been saying all along, President Boaga needs to step in. He has control over his rescue lawmakers. He can call on them tomorrow, today, that they should return to session tomorrow. They will come. All may not come because some of them are independent, but majority of them from the rescue bloc, they are from the Unity parties. They are the Unity Party, part of the coalition of the party that brought them to power. So it's up to them. So looking forward to that. And even a learned Councillor Gongloe also said today, Supreme Court's ruling is non-negotiable. In a functional democracy, the rule of law must always take precedence over political maneuvering. To disregard this, to invite chaos where power, not principle, reigns. Where power, not principle, reigns. Yeah, he said to disregard this is to invite chaos where power, not principle, reigns. Let this be a reminder. Law supersedes all political interference, and to undermine it is to erode the very foundation of the state itself. Councillor Gongloe is saying these are all constitutional lawyers are speaking. So now it's up to these guys to really act. So, buddy, that's where we are. That's what happened tomorrow.
Yeah, they should go back. As I was saying earlier, Tomalin, they should go back. KPI Country First, welcome. Patient Simmer, welcome. Good to see you. James Kekula Flomo, Christian Roberts, good to see you. Look, as I was saying here, Tomalin, these people, in the first place, they are sitting at the RLJ Hotel. That's a very expensive luxury hotel there. Ali Kamara, good to see you. Very expensive luxury hotel. And they live in Monrovia. They all have homes. I think the government paid their rent and everything. They all have homes. They are sitting at a hotel, spending more than $200 a day, eating heavily, 3 meals a day, drinking and merrymaking, and the affair of the country is being left. Nothing being done. It's been 2 weeks. These people have done nothing to ensure that they tackle the law, to ensure that they're having oversight and things like that. They've done nothing. Nothing they've done. And they are out there inflicting a lot of money, budget. Apparently, they'll leave that hotel with hundreds and thousands of bills that the government will have to take care of in the long term. You see? And this is sad for our country. You cannot be a lawmaker and try to disobey the law. As I was saying, this whole thing is the opinion of the Liberian people. Liberian people do not even favor you guys. If there was a decision made and the Liberian people were in favor of that, but you guys are acting on your own. You're acting on your own. A lot of Liberian people are not into what you guys are doing. The country, they are not into what you guys are doing. So there's a need for them to come back. You can't be, and that's what we say. And I will hold these people responsible again. You elect all kinds of people. And that's why you are seeing what's happening right now. All kinds of people. Some of these guys are not there to serve. Some of these guys are not there to make laws. They are there to loot. They are there just for the money. Oh my man, they say you can get 20, 30,000 dollars. Anywhere, any place money, and you see them rushing and going there. This is wrong. They need to report, go back to work, and do the Liberian people's job. But it's sickening that our country is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Welcome, Grace. Good to see you. You know,
Thank
good
you.
to see you, Grace. The country is not going anywhere. It is just stagnant. From years to years, it just stagnant. It's right where it is right now. And we heard in the last 6 years, we heard all kind of criticism. The people cuss President Weah. They call him dancer. They call him this. They call him that. The UP went to the extreme. And just to see that they can't even make President Weah shame. They really can. They really can. You talk about, when we talk about, you brought somebody who we know. And I always say, in respect to him, who have, I would say, have heart for Liberia, but he's too old. And look at what's going on now. Look at what's going on now. You see, he's not talking. You're the president of the country. What's going on now can undermine your agenda for the country, can even lead to a government shutdown, and you're not saying nothing. Book, he's saying. He's just there doing his own thing. By now, the president should at least come up and inform the Liberian people of what's going on. Even if you don't want to be part of it, you come up and say you hope that the both sides can put their act together to do the people work. Call the leader of the two blocks from the other group, the breakaway group, and the legitimate group. Call the leader. Call Jamakofa. Call the other group leader. Say, look, you're coming here. Let's sit down and talk in the interest of the country. We need to do this. This is our country. We need to make it work. But yet still we sit there and he sit there doing nothing. You talk about today he launched a program called the Performance Management Contract. Your government not even the house not even doing nothing. They either serious chaos and you're doing things. If the house don't come into section the next 1 month or 2 months, it will affect your government. And this would lead to a complete shutdown, and Liberian people need to get out there and do something. Okay? Because President Barker is not the one that hungry every day. He's not the one that needs to buy food or put food on the table right now. He got everything he wants. Everything he needs in life, he got it. Everything. Money, food, eat regular meat, any food kind of food, ride the best car and stuff like that. The Liberian people are the victim. Are the victim of this. And if nothing is done, I'm telling you, it will be bad for our country. Grace, welcome. Good to see you. We'll go to Tomalin and then we'll come back to Grace. So,
Thank you.
Grace, good to see you. And I join again to squish my thoughts and prayers with your brother. I know it's been a very tough 2 weeks for you, and you're still going through it, but you're in our prayers. And just pray that your brother will come through and you guys will reunite and enjoy life. We are
Thank you,
praying,
Duma.
praying with you and for you and for you and for your brother. Yes, the body was saying the pressure is on the president now. You see the University of Liberia Students Union, they are demanding now immediate resumption of work by the lawmakers, the majority bloc of the national legislature. And they demand that they should do it. They should report to work. Now, what could happen? Because this is gonna affect everybody. As you always hear, the biggest saying at the university is the University of Liberia is a microcosm of the largest Liberian society. Whoever affects the University of Liberia students, the society affects them. So they are now saying that they are going to demand that the lawmakers return to work. It's unfair that these people are they just received $45,000 times that by 100 and what? 30 plus 73. How much that? 103. Times that amount. They just received that money for brand new cars. Okay? Besides that, they're getting their regular pay. They're getting all the benefits. And then they decided for the last almost going to 3 weeks, just getting free money. In America, you can't try. You work, you won't take pay. You work, they give you warning. No call, no show, they'll fire you, man. They don't joke with you. Okay, even the lawmakers in America, in as much as Republicans and Democrats always fighting each other, they always fighting. They try their best to find a common ground, try their best to get together, to still try to meet. They can be mad with each other, but when it comes to people's business, yeah, like I remember when Trump got elected, some Democrats said they wasn't going to attend inauguration, but somebody said we got to attend. Like people's business, so you got to do it. But again, as I said, my last thing I will say before I go to Grace, two things can happen tomorrow. Now, what they are doing tomorrow now. Yeah, what they are doing. Just start calling my phone. I will not answer you right now on the show. Your text me. Yeah, what can happen is this. They are asking, they wrote a letter today and said the Deputy Speaker, Thomas Fala, should join them tomorrow for them to have a session. Now, before we came on the show, we learned that there have been some defections, but the other side have been working. Thomas Fala is now he's being under pressure now for his own party that he should not go over there tomorrow. He should stay with the speaker and the block and their block to ensure that they can get a quorum. Now, I won't call name of the person, but I know already I can confirm that one person from the so-called majority block have already defected. Yes, one person already defected. The person is gone. That joined the speakers of the regular assembly, and three persons are already working on. Like, you know what can happen in the next 12 hours. A lot could happen, but Fala, if he choose to go there tomorrow to go and join these guys, he may be expelled from his party, and the political career may just come to a crash because he will have no backing again. Because and even if you go tomorrow and join these guys, they will still not get 49. So why embarrass yourself? So if I were him, I would just stay and try to see reason and let reason prevail. But it is embarrassing, and they got to really take care of themselves, or else they're gonna have a problem. Because if they fail to do it, then on Monday the Supreme Court will meet and issue a ruling, and based on the Supreme Court's ruling, they will understand that there's a law that there are laws in the country that governs everybody. So if they fail to uphold the Supreme Court ruling now, then we know that they're calling the real rebels now, because you are violating the Constitution of Liberia with honor regards for our organic law. So let's see what happens tomorrow.
Grace, go ahead.
So it's good to be back here on the closing argument, and thank you guys for reaching out with me and stuff like that. I appreciate it. But I had to come on today because I also love Liberia, although I love my brother more. But sometimes when you reach a certain stage, you still have to come and do what you have to do, right? So that's why I'm here. I was just listening to Dr. Peabody when he said that the president should intervene. I don't know if the president can intervene because it's a constitution there, and the matter of the legislature matters is kind of limited for the president, to really intervene if you go through the Constitution. I don't think he should even intervene. Now he can come and make a statement if he wants to, but as far as in the House, they need to be able to really communicate with one another and come to a common ground. Personally, I feel that I think the speaker should resign. Um, the reason is that I don't think the intent of these people are good. I don't think so. I don't think they deserve to be doing. Liberia people deserve this kind of sabotage, especially with the kind of economy that we have right now and what's going on in the country with the poverty and everything, and they can't even get anything straight for the country. But in the meanwhile, what is the honorable thing to do? If the speaker loved Liberia more than he loved, his position, he should look at the whole thing to resign. Would be the honorable thing, the honorable move to make. I know people will say that because the people didn't go with due process and everything, but is it even worth it for the country to be going through this? And is Speaker Kofa is looking forward to running for president as it is on the streets. People are saying that he wants to run for president. If he allowed the smooth functioning of the legislative body and restore confidence within the body by removing himself, because a certain group of people don't say once he's there is no confidence within the body. So it would be he would look at like a stint to the Liberian people, and then maybe his presidency would be smooth when it comes to 2029. But for you to remain in the position and causing all this chaos, and these people on the other side causing chaos for the country, it's not good. Looking from the outside, the international world, the international community, they are looking at us like these people. I mean, what's sensible? They are very unsensible people. Let me just say that. What kind of people, knowing that this country has not made any progress in the last years after the war, even the first president that came after the war, I mean, there was real leadership was not done in the country, because to be a leader is different from being an economist. You have to be sure what you're doing, and I just feel that none of these presidents are ready to live up to restoring the Liberia hope after this war. And for us to reach this stage and still watching what's going on in the country, and these people are acting very, very uncivilized, to say, and the speaker who the rest of the public looking up to, I think he should just step aside. That's why I think. Is he a bomb speaker? No, he's not. He too just passed a fraudulent budget the other day, as I can say, with year and year. So he's not any extraordinary speaker that doing any great thing for the country. So what's the big deal? I think he should step aside. That's how I feel.
Well, Chris, I don't know what are the basic that the speaker should step aside. You said he passed fraudulent budget. I don't know how legit is that the speaker passed a fraudulent budget or so. But the thing is, calling somebody to resign without a reason doesn't really guarantee or set any basis for them to resign. You know, these people, the first thing is, these people are not doing this from to be transparent. They are accepting bribes. They are being paid $25,000 uh, 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 to do this. They are not doing it because they are transparent or because they found a fault in the speaker or something he did bad. They were being paid $25,000 to take an action. So there's nothing here they are doing that is representing this country. There's nothing they are doing in the interest of the Liberian people. They are only there accepting bribes because somebody wants to ascend to that position, or maybe the UP government wants to their own people in there, stuff like that. So
But
they are
people
going
that the
about
speaker
paying.
too bribe for him to get there. The
Yeah,
speaker bribe.
well, we don't know. There's no
We know
confirmation.
because
There's
there's no.
nobody that showed he bribed to get there. What we saw on national TV was he was elected. He was fully elected. It was live. There are videos that people voted and removed him. There were nobody on strike. There were no breakaway group say that the speaker is giving bribe to remove people. There was no breakaway group that said we're not going to do it or we'll call it this a constitutional crisis because the speaker is bribing and doing pay for play. But what we see here, we have seen money. We have seen cases at the LACC that they were taking bribe to remove him. They took bribe. So this is not something to say that, oh yeah, these people have been bribed. They're right now in court. LACC is investigating them for taking $15,000. So if they're not taking bribe, what are they doing spending $200 a night at a hotel on the Liberian people money? They've been there more than 2 weeks at this hotel. What are they doing there? So the thing is, these are not people that are working in the interest of Liberian people or something they are doing that the foreigner or the speaker did. They are only there for money. They can put another speaker there. They'll be the bribe there again. They will get away. They are the money. They're there for money. So I think these people are criminal. Anybody that bring constitution, so anybody who bribe to remove the speaker, those are criminal activity. They should be persecuted. Technically, they should be persecuted. They're taking money. They're criminals. Let me say it this way.
Well, is this news to Liberia? We have to be honest with ourselves. Is this news to Liberia or Liberians that these different positions or people take bribe to be in them? This is not news. So you don't act like this is like, oh, newsflash. The people in hotel, they're taking. You can go to pastor right on the show and told you that Fanatic Kofa pay people and kept them in the hotel to make sure that they voted for him as Speaker of the House. How unfair? I mean, come on now. He did the same thing. So if they're doing it now, is there news? This is how Liberia is ran. And we also here and find out people that we like.
Grace, they can call about show any proof.
They to get that they were bribed to get him out.
They can say any proof. They like to show any proof that people are giving bribe. Did anybody come and say the speaker bribed? Was there any video circulating that the speaker gave bribe? Those are just myths. They were all myths. They don't have proof. The law says here, before one can be proving guilty, there must be a proponents of evidence or be able to be convincing beyond all reasonable doubt. There is no record. There is no court record showing that Speaker Kofa went bribe people.
So is there any?
Why they didn't take him to the court? Why they didn't sue him?
Is there any
we see here
that people in the hotel being bribed. Is there any court record? Did they go to court and say that people?
Of course, they have filed complaint at the LSCC. There are videos. No, great. There are videos to show the man being bribed. They were recorded. Let anybody come and say Speaker Kofa bribed them to vote for him and show evidence. We're talking about evidence here, great. Let me see. We know Liberian people talk. Liberian people just talk. But what we want to do here is we want evidence to show what these guys are doing. They are bringing a disgrace on the House of Representatives. Serious disgrace. You as a lawmaker will go and collect money just to remove somebody, and you only care about getting the money, and you say you're a lawmaker. The Liberian people don't even support them. That's a sad thing. Liberian people don't even support them.
And I understand where you're coming from, but when we being fair to the Liberian people, and we sit here talking about this thing, we'll be fair all the way. Now, I told you, I said, I don't think these people got any good intent for Liberia. They're doing what they're doing.
So then, if they don't have good intent for Liberia, why should they?
As well as Kofa doesn't have any good intent for Liberia.
How do you know?
Speaker of the House, because I know, because since he been Speaker of the House, there is nothing relevant this man has done for the people of Liberia. They just passed a budget with all the loopholes in the budget were passed. Fortunately, we sat down on this particular plan and we talked about that budget, how it was passed. And he is the head of the House of Representatives. He allowed that budget to pass.
No, but Grace,
good for the Liberian people as well.
But Grace, let's be fair now.
We be fair, brother.
I mean, when you're in the House, they are all equals. The only thing the Speaker is first among equals. When it comes to decisions that are being made at plenary, it's by vote. It's by vote. So you can be speaker, but if you can be the speaker, but if you have the votes, so the speaker put a bill on the table, the majority voted for the budget to pass. So
did he allow the people to vote individually, or did No. It was and they voted that budget. They were clear. Oh yeah, that was that. No, you don't do that. It was and nay. That budget passed fortunately. Everybody said here.
Grace.
People here and tested to it. Let's just be clear.
I have problem with it too. I said if I was in the House, I wasn't going to vote for it, but the majority passed. That's what democracy is. The majority. Okay.
The majority, the thing passed because the way the vote went on was not the right way that he did it. It was all in the favor of the executive. That's how he did it. And so that's why he reaping what he sowed. Yeah. When they put you in a certain position in this life, especially when you're dealing with any country, but most of all the country like Liberia, where people can't even find clean water to drink, where they can't even afford to send a train to school, they can't even find food to eat. You don't be doing those kind of things and you think you will just get away with it. I don't have time for the foolish Liberian people who just come and pass around talking for their family member and their loved ones. Who cares? We focus on Liberia and the suffering of the people. That's what we focus on. And that's the reason why some of our Kenya and say the truth. Their speaker is not a speaker that did anything so far. So I don't care whether he goes. I don't think it's the right procedure what they're going through because I think that they should go through due process. But who cares whether he go? And he was some kind of speaker that was doing the right thing about the Liberian people who were sitting here and said that what they're doing is wrong. We'll push for the speaker to stay in place. But that speaker, he has not done anything for the Liberian people. And the Liberian people are giving him a chance in life because remember, he left the country after he did embezzlement and he was in prison for criminal activities. So let's just be clear. And he went to Liberia, he got a second chance. He's supposed to make sure he do the work for the Liberian people. And you're not doing the work for the Liberian people. We're not sitting here. Me, Grace, I will not sit down here and talk for him. I don't care for him who feel how they feel. I am just saying the right thing for the Liberian people.
But Grace, I don't think you get it.
My focus is the poor people in Liberia. My focus is not Speaker Kofa because he's my friend or he's not my friend or because somebody causing, he's not the person causing. Who get time?
No, but Grace.
Speaker Kofa, do the honorable thing. Remove yourself. The people say they don't want you. That's the right thing to do.
But he's not. He's not going to resign because he's doing the right thing by not resigning. He's doing the right thing by imposing calling for audit of the house. He's doing the right thing, and since he's been there, you have been able to see transparent. But the fact here is, you're talking about people who are taking money to remove people, and you're telling the speaker to resign. Great, that should be so surprising to me.
Because the speaker has to be in that position.
You got no proof. You got no proof to show that Speaker Kofa had given anybody money to win that position. You don't have proof. You don't have one proof.
But you too, you don't have proof. We got time for
we do have proof. There is a case file with the LSCC. There's case file. We do have proof, Grace. Don't say that. Don't say that. You know?
Somebody who are pop up for 3 months they become millionaire. You still saying got proof. That's why Jallah where it is. That's why the country with me pop.
What do you mean by poor and 3 months become millionaire? Let's keep it to the issue. You talking about transparency. You talking about the right of the Liberian people. Is it right for people to go take money from other people and bribe? Is it right for people to go bribe to remove somebody from the job? Is that the right thing to do? Is that what you see as the right thing? Is that the right thing? You support it. You support it. You support it indignity. You supporting it.
We support us because Kofa should do the right thing, remove himself.
So let me ask you. So if he resigns tomorrow, what next?
Then they bring you a different speaker.
Then they say that person resign tomorrow again. Then what next?
No, they're not going to just say the person should.
No.
They're not going to say that.
Don't forget.
Make sure that they have something.
Don't forget.
They got a whole list of what they want Speaker Kofa to go. The people just not saying they meet. They have things that they disagree with him with. That's what they have.
What we understand is that Kofa is not saying. Kofa is saying, okay, I agree. You got your grievances, but you got to do it the right way. You come to the house. If you're accusing me, I will step aside. Somebody will preside, and I will defend myself against what you have against me. If I defend myself, take it to a vote. You don't get 49 votes, I'm out. But why can't they do the right thing? Why? Because
right now it shows that it is not even a leader. Look, let me tell you something. If you speak on the cause and your people are accusing you, you know that's a way to bring the people together. But use a leadership skill right now to bring the people together. The cannot come together. So they mean that he don't have no leadership ability. He needs to remove himself.
Kofa not because he's not coming in the public and doing it, but Kofa has been working behind the scene, talking to try and bring his
Kofa is in the public. He was on Spoon TV the other day talking. He's in the public. So he should have used that medium to talk to the people. And instead of looking for sympathy for the Liberian people, he went away in the desperate. He got nowhere to do. He should have used that medium to call his people together because that's the most important thing. Those people to bring them together for them to agree. That's what he should have done. Instead of Grace, for sympathy from the public.
I think Grace, you're the only Liberian. Even the people in Liberia do not support the people taking bribe to remove the speaker. You're the only one here killing yourself. Even the Liberian people do not support him. They don't. You see, and there's nothing to justify there's nothing to justify this indignity by the group calling itself majority black.
I am not justifying for
what
them.
transparent lawmaker would take money
All
to
those
go
people
remove
are
on
rogues.
video?
I'm not
So Chris,
justifying for
you
them.
just talking just because you want to talk, but the fact is
You
you
can't
don't
say that,
support
people.
anybody that take bribe in that country. You don't. You
But
don't.
people, you know, the whole country, the whole entire government will take bribe. So what are you talking about? The whole entire government taking bribe. So what are you saying? I am only saying to you that the country does not need to be sabotaged for a group of people from both sides.
Yeah, but then
then you need to tell those who took the money.
Maybe the president needs to dissolve the freaking entire house. Maybe if he look in the constitution and get him right to do it, he can do it at this time.
This is it. Okay, let me say something. Look, Chris, let me come out. Let me say something, guys. Okay.
Read from the paper to my nigga, we need to know.
Okay. Rule 48 of the House of Representatives. Okay, they say the House shall take disciplinary measure against any member who violates or fails to comply with the House ethics and procedures specified in this rule. Okay, now you see it. They have they are what they are doing now. They are breaking their own law. Okay, you should be come to session. Put your case for the floor. If they come to session and they say, okay, you have a petition. If the speaker say, I will not put your petition on the floor, that's a different case. But he's not saying that. He's saying, I'm prepared. But what are you trying to do to the man? The president invited the man to Italy. They are the Vatican. Behind him, they are trying to hold a meeting, a session to get rid of him. And I mean, so good his loyal members like Marvin Cole, Safoko, and Abu Kamara, they stood their ground that day because had Thomas Fala being allowed to preside over that session to this Kufa is history, but they said no, we're not let it happen because honestly, the law says that you must allow the person to be given a due process. The person must be able to defend himself. If you accuse me, let me face my accuser. But it depends. We're in Italy, thousands of miles away, and you're trying to get rid of him. Okay, and he went out, and the president too. No, I can say I will say this: President Joe Biden is aware of what's happening. He cannot. I know. Yeah, they send a letter to the speaker. They send the information minister announced that Kofa is still speaker. We agree, but at the same time too, President Biden is aware of what's happening because honestly, even Myean Sirleaf threw a jab at him yesterday on her birthday. Okay, look what happened yesterday. I was in Liberia last year. This same time, I can't forget. I was invited to the president Sirleaf's house for her birthday. We came on church. We went to her house. Guess what happened? Because of election time, the president now, he ran to the church to meet the woman to her church, the Methodist church. He turned it. So when President Weah went to see her, we all were there that day. When President Weah met President Sirleaf under the Palawa Hall, everything in there. He went to receive the endorsement from ALP. When I look, someone who got there, they said, somebody said, Bugger to Ellen House right now. He carried flowers and gift to her. But this year, where's JMB? He was on his farm. He was in.
Why not?
Okay,
why not?
So last year, so last year,
you're watching people too.
No.
The public can go one time, you don't have to go the other time.
Really?
Why not?
Really?
Have a birthday. Well, who cares?
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Chris, you're
Why
taking
not do this thing here, man? Yeah.
take this for in the team, man. Don't do that.
No, but do you see any vice president or maybe ex-president or current president going now to Barack Obama to go get flower to him on his birthday after he already finished passing? Are you really? What? Man, I beg you, Tomalin. You're ready? You're like living where in
let's show you how people how we are. Because at this time last year, everybody wanted President Sirleaf to see who she was going to endorse or who attention. Everybody went there. Everybody was going there. As I witnessed it, I was there. I saw Cummings went there. The President Minister of Foreign Affairs went there. The Cummings VP went there. I mean, they all were going to pay the respect to Myean Sirleaf. But today, yesterday, JB was way bombing, chilling, and everything was going on. But
so JB was so good at to pay respect. Got the other people will go pay respect.
But he had been doing this for the last 2 years years in a row.
And
But
maybe they say he just not doing it.
But yet-
For you to even allow me to talk for Joseph Waga, they ain't gonna know. It's not. The men don't have to go there.
I agree. Okay,
You're led to worship that.
Don't forget about that, but
Talking here now.
the reality is that
Well, that's the former president. He is the former president of Liberia, Grace.
So what?
He's the former president of Liberia, and he's the president. She need to visit him on his birthday. That's a tradition that have been done all the time. He did it last year. He did it previous year. So why say he can't go there this time? That's some of the ungratefulness that we're talking about. That great
ungratefulness. People are for real.
On a serious note, on the issue of the speaker removal. On a serious note, right? The issue of the speaker removal.
So it's a crime now. Joseph Waga go make that guy. He did not.
No, I'm just saying something. I mean, it's a choice. I'm just saying something.
Happy birthday.
I say something, but
your guy railroad and tree when he treat your country say she be key president for 12 years. All your roads then connected, right?
Yeah, I know. I don't feel I gotta be honest with you.
The country is very built up, so people should go there to Washington and bow down before. Really?
That's the former president, and I think the former president deserves an honor. That's just the ungratefulness we're talking about there.
Way behind. That's why you will continue to be behind. Seriously, it's not even necessary. The people who want to do it, they can do it. It shouldn't be a force for you to even say that about one certain president that he did not go to say happy birthday to a president or leader that was before him. I don't think it's a big deal. You know, it's not. He can choose to do it one year, the other year he can say, you know, I don't have to do it.
I was just referencing something how we behave in Liberia. Yeah, last year at this time, everybody wanted her attention. This year, people don't care much. Okay.
Yeah.
But in reality, when you come back to the speaker issue, Grace, is unfair. And I think Kofa, being a very smart lawyer, knows what he did. He went to the Supreme Court to seek a relief.
And it's very unfair, to tell you the truth. What they're doing is very unfair.
Doing the right thing.
When I said that, you say, oh yeah, you know, Kofa should stay there. I can't do it either. Because Kofa has not done anything for the Liberian people. As Speaker of the House, he's supposed to lay down. Let's see what he had done since the 10, 11 months straight up. All he did was work for the UP government. He's not even an opposition speaker at this point. He's a UP speaker. Cover that, he DVW 1 million. Because he's not even doing anything that will stand the ground against this government. So what if he do? Who cares?
People trying to remove him and he say he had just look, Chris, when you working in a
people in a group are trying to move him. Are trying to move him.
Other government, right? Where you got 3 blocks in the house. The rescue block members. You got the independent, those who know their own party, they run on their own. You got the CDC block. Now, if the people induce money into it, what we saw, and now tomorrow I just get information. What it says, tomorrow, what? Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow. I just got information. Tomorrow, what happened tomorrow? You gotta go ahead. Let me find it.
You know, the fact here is, Grace, we need to understand what's going on. You said this man is corrupt. He said you want to remove Kofa. Okay, he said let's do an audit. Why are you refusing to do an audit? He called for it. Why are you refusing to do an audit? He called for an audit, Chris.
He do it.
So what?
Now you see to do it.
Why? No, he did. He did. And that's why I think some of the things that getting them pissed. He called for an audit. He said, let's do it. Y'all say I corrupt. Y'all say I this. Let's call for audit. Did they show up for it? They don't want it. They're taking bribe. I believe he's the best man. He was United Mother elected by the very people. But the thing he was going to suck up to them. The thing he was going to suck up to them, he did not suck up to them. He didn't get no bribe. You got one proof to show you get them bribe. It's just a Liberian thing. All the man, they got to bribe. But they got one proof to show that get them bribe, Chris. That's what he said. You laugh. Huh?
You got driving too much. I can't let
you. What driving? I tell you the truth. That man ain't take no bribe. That man did not take one bribe. He was very serious. That's the man who wanted to bring change to Liberia.
I got breaking news, right? Okay, Grace. Now you see now, Joe was saying, Boga is getting in now. President Boga just wrote the speaker now. He just wrote the speaker. He said. This dated October 29th. Speaker Honorable J. Fonati Kofa, Speaker, House of Representatives, Capitol Hill. Dear Honorable Speaker, I present my compliments and write to officially request an extension of the time for presentation of the draft national budget that is due on October 31st, 2024. Now, I say Pape too, he playing on again too, but let me finish. The new date that we propose for the presentation of the draft national budget is November 8th, 2024. Hey, JMB. We require the additional time in order to present a comprehensive draft budget that will accommodate all potential sources of revenue, as well as public priorities in keeping with Section 17.1 of the 2019 Amendment and Restatement Law of the Public Financial Management Act of 2029, the PFM law. Okay. The government of Liberia is also conducting a discussion with the development partners. Look, now what he's saying now. I mean, for me, here's the thing. A good that he recognizes Jay Konadikova is still the Speaker of the House, and despite having majority on the other side there, but he's still dealing with him directly. Now, so he writes the Speaker now. The budget has been submitted when? Tomorrow, The 31st, yeah.
But how you gonna be dealing with you that can pass every budget you send?
No, but coming now. He writes the Speaker. He say tomorrow is the deadline to submit the draft national budget. So he write the Speaker now.
Exactly.
Now, what's all school say? But he playing time. He say November 8th. So they plan. Let's see what happens. What are they think will finish by November 8th? Let's see where we'll finish. So we're waiting. But it's good. He wrote the Speaker. It's good. November 4th, which is on Monday, we go to the Supreme Court, and they're gonna it'll be interpreted. The law will be interpreted to them by the Supreme Court, and based on that fact, they will hear from there. Because once the Supreme Court rule, maybe on November 4th, the full bench they may say, okay, we'll carry to the full bench. But right now the Jocelyn Chambers, Yami Gbese, he called for a prohibition on the present action of the House. So now on November 4th, they go for a conference. Perhaps if they don't come to an agreement, he will say, okay, I'll take them out to the full bench. The full bench will meet, the five of them will meet, and will finally take a decision. Now, perhaps Boga saying, well, by the time they read, by that time, we're kind of November 8th, we'll present our budget. So we'll see what happens. We're watching the thing very carefully. But the president writing today to request that they are giving extension for the presentation of the budget. We'll see what happens. But it's a good development that at least he still recognizes the Speaker and working along with him and still doing business with him. We'll see from there.
Most definitely, he has to do business with him. The man is still Speaker of the House until he does it. The other thing, he working with him. Got Baga no. He's about to pass another budget. So what Baga here? Well, you want to pass the budget and he will pass it.
The fact is he recognized Fonati Kofa as a legitimate speaker. The other people are Vla. They are Vla people. they are Vla people. So he's the legitimate speaker. He will remain speaker. At the end of the day, I think what he should be doing right now, they should not even get them paid. They should be cutting the other one who said it going to RLJ. They should be cutting the pay by now. They shouldn't even be getting paid. They should cut the pay. Need to cut the pay.
Work that way.
To get them 1 cent.
The laws is working that they can't just remove the speaker. That how the law will work that. They can't just
they're not working. The speaker is working. They're not working. They're not.
The speaker is working. The speaker can't even bring people together. What working he working?
He did. He brought the people together. He didn't go out there to pay people. Other people wanted to pay money to remove him. Did he pay anybody? They're the one taking money because a bunch of criminals.
To get there and you pay
a bunch of criminals. That's what who they are. They're a bunch of criminals taking money. They can now be set about $15,000 pay. They're still going to take money. How long is lasting? They're drinking it all right now to RLJ. It can get finished. Get finished before they come out of office. Soon as finish, you'll see them running away. Soon as that money finish, you'll see them running away. Also, welcome, Chimo Benjamin Semi. Good to see you. Also,
thank you. Thank you.
So the fact is, they are there. They are misusing money. As soon as they get broke, you'll see them coming back now. Oh, it's time to talk. It's time to talk. I hope the Supreme Court take a decision, and if possible, suspend someone there from that place because they are criminal. LSC need to start persecuting them. Bunch of criminals.
Lord.
Yes.
Man, Peabody, you just vexed. I don't know why you mad like that.
I am not.
I don't know why it's getting into your skin. We know that Kofa are your friend, and we know that you.
I'm speaking about ethic here, Grace. Ethic. You laugh.
What is the right thing to do?
Why are you laughing for? You know I say the truth, so you're laughing. Huh? You know.
You want to welcome Ben Sanvee to the show. That Ben come on.
Come on, Ben, welcome.
But all right, I'm listening to you.
You know I say the truth, so
there's no fault. You know the beauty about the closing argument. Everybody entitled to their opinion. Grace wanted the speaker to resign. That whole opinion. She has all right to believe that she wants him to resign. The good news is that he's not going to resign. That's the thing. I mean, those of us who don't want him to resign, he's been very clear about it. He's not going to resign.
And the interesting thing is, Ben, the Liberian people don't want him to resign. Look at the popular opinion in Monrovia, around Monrovia.
Yeah.
Let's look at the opinion of the Liberian people.
Yeah, I see the president wrote him also.
Send him a letter.
Let me tell you one of the reasons why it's significant, because I can tell you in the past, because a lot of people like to use correlation with what happened in the past to what's happening today. Listen, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf went to the Renegades to deliver her State of the Nation address to the Renegades at Unity Conference Center when they were removing Edwin Snow. That's why this is significant, and I think because of the way our system, is structured, right? Our system is structured in a way where the president is extremely powerful. And so many people think that without tactic presidential support for this is what has caused this stalemate. The beauty about it is I listened to Representative Togar on OKFM earlier. And I'm listening to them, and from my instincts, I can tell that they are looking to open some kind of dialogue, because it's almost like they're stuck, right? I always like to give the example of the Liberian Civil War. I saw MPFL going to the negotiation table when they were capturing all the what the place name, all the territories, right? When MPFL are moving from Butuo, capturing everywhere. I saw anything about peace talk. You didn't see Charles saying, "Oh, I'm going to go sit down to talk to Do." Do you know when Taylor decided to go to peace talk? The first peace talk Taylor went to was Yamasokro. You know when he decided? When Ecomoc came into the place. When Ecomoc stood between him and the executive mansion, and he realized that, listen, I can never become president through the barrel of the gun. I have to go. There must be a negotiated settlement, and I think that's where Togar are. I think that's where they are. I think they have come to the conclusion. I listened to him very carefully today. He was even saying to Dixon Sibo, he said, my man Dixon, call me tomorrow. We got to talk. We brothers, right? I know there are a lot of conversations going on. I'm sure there are a lot of conversations going on right now as we speak. I think they will find an impasse. They will find a way to cross this thing. I think there has to be a change in the style of leadership of the speaker. I'm very clear about that. He knows that. I've said that to him personally. I think he needs to move forward in reconsolidating, be a lot more outreach with some of them. But in the end, I think Kofa lives to fight another day. I don't think they're going to get rid of him. Not this time.
We shall see by tomorrow.
Nothing really is going to happen tomorrow, to be quite honest.
I just saying by the day we are watching by the day.
Yeah.
That's what I am saying. What I am saying is that the intent of the people, I think they should have gone the right route. They have reasons, and they have the reasons they are why they want to speak out. Due process was going to be the right way to go about it. Okay. Now, I know that Liberian people are saying that, maybe someone is saying that they want the speaker in the house and everything because they want the law to take its course and they want what is right to be done. I agree. But I'm also seeing that, do I really care if the speaker leaves that house? I don't. This speaker has not done anything for the Liberian people. And if Liberian people, sometimes you're confused with what they really want. Because they see all these things done, money put in the budget, fraction in it, no investigation. Other things done with this budget, money allocated for things that are not necessary, no investigation done. This because pass the budget. He could have stood his ground on certain limitations, certain power that he has to say, you know what, this budget need to be redressed. He did not do none of that. So who cares? If they're removing, they're removing. That's where I am.
I just want to
wait for the Liberian people at all.
I just want to say
in
this.
the position, even the legislature, then the representatives that are doing this thing, all of them just there for what they can get. Liberia is in a wrong state right now, and anything going with these people, even if they can make argument and try to get rid of each other, will happen for it.
Yeah, but you see, Greg, you see,
They
one of the
don't.
things that I and Tommy, I beg you 1 second. One of the things that I find difficult is, and I think we use this term loosely a lot, the Liberian people. The Liberian people. They haven't done anything for the Liberian people. Well, first of all, I don't know who's the spokesperson for the Liberian people, because I don't even know if the Liberian people, I don't know if there's a unified message from the Liberian people. I keep reminding everybody, every time I have conversations, I remind people that leaders are a reflection of the people. The people that are in the House of Representatives were sent there by their constituents. If you get rid of that whole House of Representatives, do you know how many representatives lost their seats in 2023? Almost 80% of them. Almost 80%, the margin.
And Mo lost the game when it comes
in fact, I think every election cycle, there is a high turnover when it comes to the national legislature. In the Senate, you will see maybe maximum 2 or 3 people get reelected. The rest will leave. In the House of Representatives, you will see a huge sweep. A new bunch of people come. The people that are coming are not coming from Mars. The people that are coming, they're not coming from Kenya, they're not coming from Ghana, they're not coming from any other country, but they're coming from these same communities that they all want skin from, because they are representation of their people in their district. I think what we need to continue to harp on is to continue to enlighten the people of their rights. Is to continue to enlighten the people of the power that they have. Many Liberians don't understand the power that they have. They see their representatives more of their bosses rather than their employees. They don't see themselves as the employer. And the thing about constitutional and representative democracy is that power is inherent in the people, but that power being inherent in the people is channeled through these representatives. So you get one man the authority to be able to speak on behalf of a whole group of people. So when he make a decision by law, by right, the way how it's supposed to work, before a representative, in the case now, right? Like what's happening right now, and I will end in the next couple of seconds. And like you see what's happening right now, Grace and guys. In any other serious participatory democracy, you know what will happen? They will go back to their constituents to consult. They will be holding, Lofa, please mute yourself. They will start holding town hall meetings, okay? To get the view of what their people are saying. You saw it happen right in this country with healthcare. When they were trying to get rid of Obamacare. That was what gave rise to the Tea Party in this country. When the people felt that the representatives were not listening to them. And you saw what happened in the midterm elections. So the more you heard Samuel Togar talking to the people who went to state they were protesting, he literally was talking down to the people. So all I'm saying is, until we can get this notion that, oh, they're not doing nothing for the Liberian people, I'm not falling for it anymore. Because at the end of the day, it is the people who sent them there. And they should be demanding more from their representatives by seeking consultations with them to say to them, say, listen, we don't want you to do this, or we want you to do this. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but let me say this. Lofa, welcome. Yeah, let me say this quickly. Guys, look, tomorrow, Grace, what could happen, right? Tomorrow, information I got is that the guy who took the case to LCC, Luther Collins, he'll be at LCC tomorrow for a conference. Tomorrow, the speaker will be at the Ministry of Finance, but then the president just wrote and said that the draft budget will not be submitted tomorrow. So I don't think he'll be here. He won't. He and Ministry of Finance will not be tomorrow because the president's letter that just came in. And tomorrow, we're watching whether the so-called the guys, the other lawmakers that are the anti-Kufa lawmakers group. Tomorrow, we'll see whether Thomas Fala will preside over in the session, Washington tomorrow. And tomorrow, the majority, the majority black, as they call themselves, will be at LACC for the investigation too. They will also be going to LACC. So tomorrow, watch what's going to happen tomorrow, because it's very serious. But I can say, if tomorrow comes and there's no call tomorrow, one of the speakers, Garguah, our last hope will be in the Supreme Court on Monday, where the justice in chambers have decided all sides to meet. And if they meet, and if they're still not coming to some understanding, I'm sure he'll take him out to the full bench, and the full bench will act. And once the full bench act and rule, that's the final. They only got to interpret the Constitution of our country, the laws. Once they interpret it tomorrow on Monday, or when the full bench meets and interpret the law, it's over with.
And this is taking away from the country.
Yeah, but
this
now,
is taking away from the
country.
country.
Almost gone to a month. What's happening? It's affecting the country. It's being affected. Now the president you see what he just wrote tonight, because the IMF, the Minister of Finance in Washington, D.C., the Deputy Minister of Finance, they are here with the IMF. And I'm sure they're under pressure too. The IMF wrote the speaker directly, saying that they want me with the speaker, because everything that happens, they got done through a ratification. So now, without that, nothing can happen. Liberia will be losing $200 million in IMF loan coming to us.
Maybe they should lose it, because when the loan comes again, they won't share among themselves. So
no, there's a process. They go through a lot of process to do that stuff. So right now,
yeah, but when they get it, they will share among themselves. The Liberia government is the only government that produce millionaires. When you work for public service in this country, you don't become millionaire except you got there as a millionaire. So Liberia government is the only government that produce millionaires. All the people you're talking about, they never had enough money to be millionaires. And they're all millionaires now. So
but right now,
they lose the loan. They like bring people. You say, oh, they want to see, well, you know, when they like bring people. Look, when we speak for, you see right now, one of the posts, as Lofa just saying, the chat room, people crossing. When we fight for Liberia, we fight against the people who we fight for. We fight for them, and then we fight with them. Because sometimes they are not sensible enough to know that you're fighting for them. And sometimes they are sensible enough to know. They are very confused bunch of people. Around the world over, like there's a very confused bunch of people. So therefore, when you're fighting, you can't mind it, because you know why you're fighting too for yourself, because you are Liberian, and that's where we are. So let that be clear. I am not getting the loan, he getting the loan. Nobody cares. They're gonna take that money, steal it, and divide among their friends and family, and the Liberian people, the real actual people that journey the sea in the real interior of Liberia, they are still drinking from creeks. Thank you very much.
Lofa, go ahead.
Well, great to be on here today. Good evening to everybody, especially our listening audience. To be honest with you guys, I have no confidence in both sides, and this is where I come to agree with Grace when Grace said that people should stand up against all of these legislators and kick them out. This is where I totally agree with her. These guys.
Let me ask you one question. What are they supposed to do? What are they think?
What should do? They should get up, block the entire Capitol.
Okay.
They should not be, and until they can literally get all of those thieves out of there.
And do what?
People, what do you mean? And do what?
No, I'm asking you. Tell me. Give me your roadmap.
Let me give you an idea.
I want to know where your end game.
Let me give you an idea of what the end game is here, right?
Yeah.
They should first and foremost start with the demand to make sure that all of those thieves will no longer go back to represent them, based on the fact that they sat there and allowed their colleagues to connive and pass a fraudulent budget.
Okay.
That's the first thing. They should have no reason to go back to represent the people, because the people want change.
But Lofa, I'm asking you a simple question.
You're not answering the question.
No, wait, Lofa. I won't bring it in context. I won't bring it in context.
Answer the question your way.
Lofa, wait. I won't bring it in context. I'm not asking for. I hear what you're saying. What I'm asking you is, you say that people should rise up.
Right.
They must get rid of the legislators. Right.
Yes.
Then what? Then what do they do?
And replace them.
Where who?
He solved the whole.
What do you mean? Who?
Where who?
Hold on one second. You see, this is where I listened to you earlier when you said the leaders are made of the people.
No, I said leaders are a reflection.
Reflection, excuse me. Right, but they are made from the people again.
Yeah. Same thing. Yeah.
Okay, but you know why the fisherman never throw his fishing hole away, even when he go fishing and he catch nothing, he goes back the next day and still try, even at the same spot. The reason that is done is not because he is ignorant to what is happening. It is because of consistency. Our people have tried consistently to vote in people who will represent them. Unfortunately, there are individuals who are sincerely just obligated to corruption, and they have committed themselves, their lives.
Look what I want to ask you. So when they're replacing them now, who they're replacing them with?
Who are they replacing them with?
Yeah.
Aren't there any good people in Liberia? This is why we continue.
But Lofa, I'm asking you. I'm not saying they're not. I'm asking you. The reason I'm asking you this question is because we have election once every 6 years, right? We have election once every 6 years,
right?
You are saying the people will rise up tomorrow.
Yes.
And clear the legislators from the
and clear all of the legislators.
Do what? We will organize new election. And
They should clear all of
we have enough money. We have enough money for all of those legislators to go stay some time in hotels. We have enough money for the executive to travel out of the country with their entourage and doing it at the detriment of the people. We can invest that money in another election to bring permanent Liberians who are
Lofa, it is not your Lofa. I share your passion. I empathize with you. But what you are talking about is not realistic.
It's realistic.
It is not realistic. That's not how it works.
Okay, you know why? Ben, we gotta.
No.
Let me land on my point here. Why you would say
who can do it?
Ben.
Who you can do it? The president and what? Wait, what you just said?
Let Lofa talk. Let Lofa speak.
Yeah.
Did you just say the president can dissolve the legislature?
No. What I'm saying, Ben.
Okay, let Lofa speak.
Ben, you know the reason why. Ben, you know the reason why you don't find it. Possible. It's because of the society that we find ourselves in, where we feel like, again, in a gullible society, let me just say it for that way, not to be disrespectful or denigrated in a way, but we find ourselves in. No one ever thought what happened in Kenya could actually take place, and then yield results. All right, we see things happening. We can do similar things and make sure that those legislators are actually adhering to the plights of the people. Unfortunately, this is not the case, and that's what I'm saying. There is always a first time for everything. Whoever knew that June 7 would have been one of the protests? Whoever knew that June 7 would have been one of the biggest protests, but it would have ended as peaceful as it was.
My appeal to us on this platform, and Johnny, you can join. I don't want it to be a debate between me and
right.
Between me and Lofa and Grace. My appeal to us on this platform is to let's proffer something that is realistic. That's going to happen. Because let me tell you something. Even the very people you were talking about, they're not going to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can say that.
But what I'm saying, but why am I about to worry about pie in the sky? Why am I about to throw a pie in the sky? I'm not about to throw a pie in the sky. You know why? You talked about Kenya. Kenya, the people went and burned down the parliament. The parliament was not dissolved. The president fired his cabinet. Guess what? The people in Kenya are still complaining today. My point to us is this. Let us proffer realistic solutions on how, and I keep saying this thing comes down to the notion of how our people understand where their rights begin and where it ends. That's all I'm saying. But when you say, the people are joining the street and go clear the legislature, then we have new election. We just had election 1 year ago, duh.
What?
Less than 1 year ago.
So what?
All those people that are in there were elected less than 1 year ago.
Let me respond to Representative Musa.
Look, let me say this. It's not everybody in the House of Representatives that are not in the interest of the Liberian people.
Okay,
I
so
know one group that's not in the interest of Liberian people. That's the one who received $15,000 recently, and they should be the one that should be ousted. The one
okay.
who did not receive it, the 30 that are on the side of Chairman Kofa, are the ones that are in the interest of the Liberian people. Those other ones that received the money are the ones that must be ousted. They must be removed.
Okay.
Technically, I hope that LSCC will persecute them. I hope so. I really hope
Okay,
so.
so in response to Chairman Representative Musa Bealded's statement, right, about what about those who are fighting for real change? Those of you who are fighting for real change, Liberians, are not naive to your effort. And again, continuously, if you were to just do a little survey on the social media, or even in your district or other community, Liberia recognized a few of you people.
Exactly.
Right? There's the Musa Bealded, right? Representative Bealded. There's this regardless of how he decides to deliberate on issue, his utterances. But you cannot take away from Yeke Koluba. Consistently, he fought and continued to fight for the people. There are very few of you whom the people have realized and recognized, regardless of that. But the majority bloc, as I will refer to them, majority of your colleagues in the House are a bunch of looters. And they must be kicked out of that place because they don't represent the interests of the people, and they will never do until they are no longer in existence. And at that point, they then understand true governance. They never know how to govern the nation or how to represent the people's interests until they are no longer there. But upon your ascendancy, you started to put in place things that represent the interests of the people. So when we speak in general, we are looking at the number, the larger block of representatives. They are not representing the interests of the people. So that is the reason why we would generalize.
So how many representatives should stay? How many monkey?
Ben, I can speak now.
Okay, well, all right, go ahead.
No, how many? And how they gonna do it? When they go protest that day, they will block off the other people and say to you.
That's what I said. We will block all of them. And the people will re-elect those who's supposed to represent.
Oh, you mean re-elect? Okay.
The people who represent the people's interests.
No, I see. Okay.
I want to say before Johnny come in, this is now a rocket science. Anything can happen. The Liberian people can stand up because the power is inherent in the people and say, you know what, this house needs to be shut down. We need them to go. The only person that will stay in that position will be Musa Bealded, in my opinion. The rest of the people have to be gone because so far he has exhibited what's supposed to be done for the people in the district that he lives in. He got tangible to show. So that's why I'm seeing that for him, because I have seen his work and we follow what he does.
But how do we shut the house down?
I don't care about the people who be yelling, talking for the people. I don't care. I like to see two things be done. I like to see work.
But you said they shut the house down. So how Musa will stay?
That's why I'm saying they should shut the house down.
Yeah.
And when they shut the house down, people look, anything can happen. If the house shut down, they can request for certain representative to remain in their position until they reinstate other people that's supposed to be there. Those things happen. It's not impossible. You Ben, you like to make that everything impossible.
No, I'm not making everything impossible. I'm a realist. I'm a realist.
The people have shut.
I'm a realist. I know what is possible and I know what is not possible.
The people have got rid of people just like that. It's not impossible for these things to happen.
Anyway, let Johnny come in back.
Yeah, Johnny come in. Yeah.
So thank you. Let me say thank you to everybody for coming on the show. And like I've been saying on this show for the last 2 weeks, these people are wasting our time.
Thank you.
While are anti-Kofa or for Kofa, they're wasting our time. You know, like I said, the leadership of the lower house got this sound 3-4 months ago from their own member, Yeke Koluba. He warned them several times that there is an attempt to remove Kofa as Speaker of the House of Representatives. Where is the leadership of Honorable Speaker Kofa and the rest of the team? Look, to be frank, I already thought today we'll be discussing other matters that are relevant to Liberia than this. I told you over the house that political theater. Supreme Court Act, Supreme Court in Act, it will end. It will end in a way that will be politically resolved. That thing will not end to no law. You're taking from me, mark my day. This thing will end politically. And I'm saying here is that our deputies, we know those representatives, they are not doing well for us in their crucial time.
So,
They
Johnny, do
spent
you
the
agree that
last-
do you agree with Lofa there? They must put on march on the house and shut the house down. Is that what you want?
No, listen, no. Don't let me tell you what I will say, right?
Yeah,
Democracy, democracy has freedom of speech.
true,
Freedom of speech is verbal and non-verbal,
true.
right? People can decide to act or decide to sit down and just pull on a posture of what we call civil disobedience.
Disagreement.
You understand? Civil disobedience. So if we elected, for example, we got for the 3, no, technically we got 44. 44% on the other side, technically. Because from what I've been observing over the last few hours, Tomalin is with the group that on the other side, 44. And I'm also assuming that the 44 he's part of, while he will cover, he got 3 or 4% that are standing by with him. You know, I keep saying this is a political game. And you guys don't want to listen to me. You're saying, oh, it's this and that. Let them go to court. That's a political rule. But technically, this is a political game and it will end politically.
So what's the way forward?
The way forward is a political matter.
So I ask you a simple question, Johnny. Do you agree with Grace and Lofa? The people must march on the capital and shut the capital down?
Now, brother, listen. If the people of Liberia who voted for those 73 men and women represent the lower house, and they get conscious and believe that these guys are not doing the right thing for them, they have the right to move in the capital building. They also have the right.
Do you want them? I said they don't have the right.
Wait, don't force things in me. Let me tell you my
I said, do you want them to do it? I said they didn't get it right. I know they got it right.
So you agree they have the right, right?
I agree they have the right. Tomorrow morning they can wake up and 10,000 people can get in the street.
Hold
on, let that man breathe now.
Hold on. If there's 73 people, 73 men who are in the house, and the constituents believe that they're not doing well, like me.
Wait. Point of correction. 72. Manos Musa, according to Grace.
No, I'm making my point. 73.
Okay, you said 73.
You
said 73. So go ahead.
I'm saying the 73 people are in the house.
Yeah.
If the constituents believe that people aren't doing well for them in the last 10 or 9 months, right now to 10 months, in the short period they're not doing well, they have the right to move on them and petition them. Right? That is why up to this time I'm so surprised that our legislature has not any commission or have a law, the petition and claim law, because it's democratically sufficient for people to go and petition their legislature. So if the 73 districts in the country, we can make representation of even 5,000 each and move on the capital building and petition them, say, look, whatever is happening in the house here, this is our petition. The content of the petition will determine what happened in the government.
Johnny.
Whether it will be to remove them, wait for me, and Lofa, I'm coming. Whether it will be to remove them or to keep them or resolve the conflict, their action, then the war compelled that into the three that Musa talking about, that action, they compare them now to resolve a conflict internally to work for the Liberian people.
Okay, so wait, Lofa, 1 second.
Johnny trying to be political.
No, wait, Lofa, 1 second. So Johnny now on your side. Johnny said the people must march. Johnny said the people must march there and compel them to resolve the issue, which is not a problem. That everybody entitled to their opinion. The only thing I say, y'all come back to earth, right? Y'all come back to reality. Let's deal with the real issue. What is happening? All I think Grace and Lofa talking, it's not going to happen. And when I talk it, then Grace say, my own level say, oh, it's impossible. Hey, Grace, I'm a realist. I know what will happen. I know what will not happen in Liberia from the Liberian context. I know most of our people.
Ben, 1 minute, Ben. If you think what Grace and Lofa saying will not happen, I'm telling you, politically, it will not be resolved by any law. No,
I don't disagree with you, Johnny.
Matter.
But Johnny, Johnny, I have never disagreed with that. I've always said.
I know you were disagreeing, but I'm telling you that issue in the House of Representatives.
But that's what I'm saying.
Mark this day. That case will not be resolved legally.
Yeah,
They
but
can go to
Johnny,
Supreme
that's
Court
what I'm
to
saying.
get
We're
ruling.
saying the same thing. I'm not telling you, I'm not disagreeing with you. I believe there will be a political compromise. I believe so. The only thing I know is that Kofa is not going. At least not today. Because you know why?
So
You know,
Kofa
and let
need
me end on my note. Let me end my note. Let me end on my note, okay? I know that Fonati Kofa is not going to go. You know why? Because he said he's not going to resign. The only way Fonati Kofa is not speaker is two ways. They get 49 representatives, they go into the chambers, they present the resolution, they go through the process of removing him, or he will resign. It looks likely that both of them are not going to happen. So, like what Johnny is saying, there is going to be a political compromise. There will be give and take. And in the end, I am only saying to Grace and Lofa is that the people of Liberia must now put on the mantra of holding the elected officials a lot more accountable. Because for some reason in Liberia, what we do is we think our responsibility as citizens starts and begin on election day. I mean, begin and end on election day. They don't understand that the responsibility of a citizen transcends more than when election day. In fact, that is when you're actually supposed to be a lot more rigorous on your representative once they get elected. That's what I'm saying, guys.
Lofa, can I come in so you can do something for me?
Go ahead.
So what I want to say is that then you said that both sides it would not happen. And what I'm saying is if the other people got a majority, the people who has the law for Liberia that on Kofa side, some of them should join the people that in the majority to have that 49 to remove Kofa because they want to do right by the Liberian people.
Sorry, Grace, are you okay? Grace,
I like that, Grace.
Grace, how is that? Like, I'm just.
That's the right thing to do for love for country.
What?
People, if they need five more people can say that thing going too much.
Also removing Kofa that love of country.
Yes, but who has Kofa? Is he a God that he cannot?
No, he's not a God.
Yeah. So give me Jeff Ben, you spoke. So the people will say, you know what? This thing is going too much. It's taking away from our people. And these people are in the majority black. So therefore, if this thing will cause the country this harm, we're not going to come fight for one man and sabotage the lives of a whole nation of almost 5 million people. So therefore, for us, we're trying to have 49 for these people to get a man, or then we can go back and reconcile and see who we can put there as speaker that won. The second thing is, go back and do the honorable thing and decide, you know what? My love for country is more, I'm a patriotic citizen, or do I will come back and make sure that the right person is put that in right now. I will have to resign. All Kofa could do another thing by saying, as usual, the way he left to bribe people to vote for him, like he bribed. Yeah, we were going to bribe the other people again because people looking for money.
Sometimes
so he was bribe on the other side again, and get up people more money than they were getting, and then they will come by and side with him because while they're just looking for money, the country is built that way. Once you can give me money, I will vote for you. People are listening here and say, Kofa never bribe to be in that position. Kofa, they pay money to be voted into that position.
I just want to say something. Grace, I just want to say something to you. I just want to say to me,
Ben. You spoke
the last time we saw money, or the last things we saw in reference to money, had to do with the other side. The audio recording we heard about money had to do with let me finish.
My video.
Right? The last thing we heard had to do about money was on the other side. The reason I'm saying this is because when you say, and I don't disagree with you on the notion that if they get a 49, they should go and begin the process. Let them go and begin the process. But this notion that you're saying that the speaker should resign because he got love of country.
Patriotism.
Okay, so why are the other side not patriotic enough to go and submit themselves to the process?
Because those people are many. They have to be a lot of decision making and people agree. But
do you understand?
One man can decide to say, you know what, I love Liberia more. This position means nothing to me. If they're taking away from
me, it doesn't work.
But Ben,
it doesn't work. It don't work like that.
It doesn't
Ben, there's
matter.
something here, right?
Greed for power
Ben,
and money. That's why
It's not greed for power or anything. Grace, there are
I
laws.
don't want to
But Grace, there's obviously a reason why you're not there, because then you will not laugh for one day.
I will ask for this because you don't want the poor, not be plotting to vote against me because I will do the right thing by the people. I will not be passing funding the budgets and
Grace, I feel we're running in circles.
I will not be doing that.
Grace, I feel we're running in circles, and let make progress. Let's make progress on the conversation. For me, I think let's make progress on the conversation. Okay, let's make progress on the conversation. Again, like I said, let's come back to reality, because I feel like what we are talking about here is again, no disrespect, I feel is pie in the sky, right? There are laws, there are rules, there are reasons why people follow rules. There's a reason why, Grace, you can get in your car and drive 200 miles per hour. It means that because your car can go 200 miles per hour on the interstate. The reason you can't do it, Grace, is because there's something called speed limits. It means that your car can pass the speed limit. You obey the speed limit because it is the rule. If you want something to happen, we have to get to a point in our country where we do things the right way. We saw even in this very American.
When he was for that, he has speaker.
Grace. Yeah, Grace.
The reason why they came full circle back to him. He did not go the right.
Grace, that not merry-go-round we're talking about here. That not merry-go-round. There is no evidence. There's nothing that has been shown to say you saw any money that Kofa gave somebody to run. You didn't see that.
Representative Kofa said it right on the show.
Guys, hey, man.
Representative Kofa said it right on the show.
Okay, Yeke said it. But we are where we are, Grace. We are where we are. All I'm saying to you is, Grace, rules are made for a reason. And election have consequences. There's a reason why when we go to presidential elections, the person who has announced the winner is not announced the winner because of simple majority on the first round. Because they say 50 plus 1. That's a reason. So all I'm saying, guys, I disagree with you. If they get 49 people, like you say, 5 more leave from there in the love of country, let them go. Let the other 5 go join in. If they get 49, let them go.
So the country can move forward.
The law.
That's the right thing to
follow the law. That's all. But for you to sit on the platform and try to encourage them to say, oh, let's forget about the due process and just say, you know what, for the love of country, let a man resign. I don't think it's fair. I really don't think it's fair.
I give me different options that could happen.
So
it's not fair to him, but it would be fair to the Liberian people.
It would not be fair to the Liberian people, Grace.
Because of one person.
Grace, you the spokesperson for the Liberian people? Are you the spokesperson for the Liberian people?
I am.
Oh, okay. Now I see. Okay, so now I understand now.
Yeah, but okay, so Lofa.
That they put getting them money so they can come for them on a post. I'm talking about some of those people in the rural part of don't have nobody to speak for them. I'm the person.
So Ben, let me ask you a question, right? And I see where you're going with this. You continue to pound on the possibility of certain things happening. Did you ever believe in your right mind that President Weah, with the margin that we experienced during the vote, would have done what he did in the past election? Did you ever, at any point in time, imagine in your slightest dream, thought that President Weah would have done what he did?
Yeah, I did. And let me tell you why I say I did.
Why so?
Because one, I believe he was going to win the election.
Okay.
But I also knew that if he did not win, he was going to concede. And that's exactly what he did.
His argument was, and I'm speaking, Ben, I said with the margin that we had.
But what are the margin were 1 or 2?
Ben, you were on this very platform when you said you didn't believe when President Weah conceded. You were wondering, like, had it been anybody else?
No, I didn't say I didn't believe. No. You see, that's what I'm saying. I'm here. I didn't
say but okay, go ahead.
No, I didn't say I didn't believe.
Okay.
I said what he did, right? Many other presidents in his place would not have done. But
Okay.
again, that was George Weah's decision.
Okay.
He made that decision. You know what? You know what were the other options George Weah had? He could have challenged the results.
Thank you.
He could have.
And that's why Grace provided options. She said, Kofi can be as patriotic
But
as President Weah and
what
just
are you talking
walk
about?
away, or he can easily follow through with the law.
Lofa.
Those are options that she provided.
Options don't mean the person compelled to do it.
No,
Well,
she's not compelling him because she is
But
not.
I'm not
she is
against
not-
your option. I'm not against your option. I'm not.
She is
I'm not
not-
arguing
she is not
against your
close.
option.
And
But
you
baby,
know
you have
what?
to understand
saying
that
is-
she is not clothed with the authority to make him or to compel him to do anything, because she is only one of many
But
Liberians.
that's why we're having an intellectual exchange.
And
your opinion,
but
I
that's
have
why
my
I just wanted
opinion.
to put. I just thought to contextualize her point of view here, and that's
And
it.
let me tell you, that's the reason why, with everything, this disagreement with Weah government, everything, I stood on the platform and I said I respect Weah for what he did, and he should not allow nobody to take it away from him. Because if he come back to this drawing board and say he running again, it would be a whole lot of kids. That what Weah did, it goes down in history, and he will be
out of your business.
So he decided to run again. You will support him because he saved the country, right?
when he what?
If he runs again in 2029, can he count on your support because he made that decision to save the country?
No, he shouldn't.
Oh, but why? Well, I thought he's patriotic. He loved the
should not
country.
run. No, but
He loved the
did that.
country, Grace.
No. The reason why I say he shouldn't run 2029 because he never had a progressive government.
What?
But at the end of his government, when they thank him for him to do the right thing for once in his life, he did the right thing.
Grace, you
And
can't
he
have your
goes
cake
down
and
in
eat it, man.
history,
You can't have your cake
he
and
did
eat
the
it,
right
Grace.
thing. He run 2029 to do what?
Grace, you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't have your cake and eat it.
No, it's not having cake and eating it.
You having your cake and eat it,
No,
Grace.
I'm not having cake and
Cake
eating
and
it. I'm just saying the truth. That what he did was patriotic. This man goes in history for doing that. He had respect because he did that. Now, he says there was a promise. He says there no. All kind of nonsense took place. They took away from the Liberian people. He was not he was the most incompetent and corrupt government ever in Liberian history. Let's just be clear.
You know
But
how they enjoy
he
you,
did the
Grace?
right thing.
You know how they enjoy you? You can just say things. The way you say, you know.
That's the truth.
The way you say it, you know, but anyway, I mean, I don't have a problem. Listen, I think we're all entitled to our opinions. I think what's going to end up happening will be right here on this platform. What's going to end up happening? These people will come to a compromise. I do know.
As you said, money were cheating again.
It doesn't necessarily have to be. It doesn't necessarily have to be money. I don't think it necessarily have to be money. It can be interest. It can be because, again, at the end of the day, there are different reasons why the different people want different things to happen. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let us focus on what the issues are and try to talk about the issues. Let's talk about what if they do come together, if they do resolve this issue, how can we have a progressive legislature? How can people like Musa Bealded be supported, right? How can they begin, first of all, carry out a full-fledged audit? Those are the kind of conversations I think we should be having. But this notion that one person will give in to the other and the other person will give it, guess what? It's a political theater, like Johnny said, right? There are competing interests. It's not black and white. There are always gray areas. That's all I'm saying.
It's all about themselves. It's not about the Liberian people.
Well,
it's all about themselves.
Well, unfortunately for you,
they say they serve the Liberian people, but it's not about the Liberian people.
But unfortunately for you, Grace, the Liberian people is the one who made that decision. That is the only problem you have. The problem you have here is that they made that decision. You know.
So Ben, if the people were to exercise,
and talking people from district to district,
Grace, man.
Yeah.
Give the Liberian people some credit.
Give the Liberian people some credit. The people went and checked ballot and made sure that people got the right ballot. All the other things that were rigged, my brother. This is not news for us.
So Ben, let me ask you a question, right? You spoke of what should we expect. If they were to decide to resolve this issue void of everything else, what should we expect from those individuals who have shown no courage to represent the interests of the people? Secondly, if the people were to take on the mantle of authority and shut down the Capitol with a mandate to their representative and say, if you were allowed to come back here, we are asking of you that these things are done. And we are giving you a time limit as to what is expected. One, we want a thorough audit done of the house, not simply system audit. We want financial audit, system and financial audit done, and information provided to the general public within either 60 days. And if it is not done, we will shut down this entire building again and ask that all of you vacate your various offices, go back to your constituents and get with them. Would that use some sort of result as compared to the people just simply sitting and just folding their hands and expecting these young men and women to behave rationally and act in their interest?
First of all, I believe, and if you want to ask my honest opinion on when it comes to putting guardrails in place for the national legislature, I think their tenures are too long.
Okay.
And because their tenures are too long, right?
Okay.
There is a tendency for people to just get relaxed and take their constituents for granted. The second thing I will also say is that the people have to be conscious enough to know where the power lies, that you can indeed hold your representative accountable. There should be things that should be put in place. If they're already not in place, the other day, Mariah Yakula raised an issue regarding 10,000 signatures against Senator Dillon, right? I think I saw something on the internet about her saying that people can raise 10,000 signatures and compel, and it's almost like a recall. They do it in America. Yeah, there's a recall process, right? Where you can recall your representative, right? You know the problem? You know the other issue though?
What?
Even when the people raise their signatures,
whether it will be implemented.
You know who the deciders? Are the same representatives and senators.
Right.
And it's on them to decide that they will expel or they will penalize their colleague, right?
So thank you. So this is why the people need to show or tell them, look, regardless of how we got here, we still possess authority to control what you are supposed to do because you are our employer. You're not the employee.
But there's no disagreement. What I'm trying to say, you know one of the reasons why there are guardrails for here in Congress. You know that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Their tenure is only 2 years. 2. Many people don't know congressmen tenure in this country. Only senators in this country got a 6-year term. Congress people, members of Congress, representatives, House of Representatives in the United States Congress, it's 2 years. They go to election every 2 years. So you literally, by the time you get elected, your behind better start working.
But Ben, though, the Constitution also support the action of the people here in the United States. If the people were to solicit signatures, if they were to form a petition against a specific representative, his or her colleagues are not going to say, because we are part of the Kuhu, they're not going to abide by the people's request as compared to those legislators.
Yeah, but we're saying the same thing. All I'm saying to you is that the guardrails here are stronger than over there. That's all I'm saying.
So then can we not ask the people to again do what is expected so that those legislators can start to respect them?
Lofa.
Yes.
In the end, for you to change the Constitution, you need a referendum. You need according to you, your legislators to put the referendum on the floor. They agree what goes on the referendum, right? They do. All I'm saying though is the problem we have in Liberia is that we do not have enough guardrails to hold our elected officials accountable. We don't. We want to act like we do, but we don't. We think that if we sit, like what we're doing here tonight, all the talking we're doing here tonight, tomorrow, the reality is still there. They are still in office. They are still going to boycott tomorrow. Half of them will go one side, the other half will go the other side, right? until the people can institute those guardrails and put themselves in a position where their elected officials see them as their employers, we will continue to have this conversation. That's what I'm saying, guys. I'm not saying here, forgive me for being a doomsday prophet, but all I'm saying is, unlike America that got tenure for 2 years, where every 2 years you get a chance to go back to replace your member of Congress. In Liberia, that's 6 years. Your senator, that's 9 years. How in the hell you think a person will get elected as senator and don't feel like he can do anything, or he or she can do anything they want to for the first 7 years, and 2 years to election start acting like they're doing something? How you think they're not going to do that?
Let me let somebody else come in. I wanted to.
Yeah. Lofa, Grace, and Ben, including Tomalin, we have to let our people know that this discussion is not a for and against. I see that it looks like we are doing for and against. And one group is saying, I'm from Kofa group. One group is saying they're for the anti-Kofa group. But I would prefer us this. That's what I'm saying, right? That's why you're appearing to the public. What we should be discussing more is the merits and demerits of this situation that is unfolding in the country with regards to people protesting against Kofa Kofa leadership, and those are on the other side. And I repeat it over and over. In as much as that house is a political house, a political theater, whatever is happening there will end politically. Now, Kofa himself knows, right? Politically, Kofa has more obligation, more burden than the 43 guys on the other side. And I always say 44, because I'm getting to be convinced that Deputy Speaker Fala is on the side of Kofa. I mean, on the side. No, I mean on the side of the. No, I'm saying Deputy Speaker Fala is on the side of the 43 of the majority from what been happening over the last 24, 48 hours. So they are 44. And when I say politically, I want to believe also that there are people on the side of Kofa that will sooner or later be on the side of the majority. Now, what I'm suspecting also is that the majority external force that is acting. No, this thing has external forces acting there. That's why sometimes I don't want to be too involved with it. But look, there are forces outside of the two groups that are doing that. It appears to me that the 43 majority group have a stronger external force that will cause them to prevail at the end of the day politically. Kofa is the Speaker of the Liberian Legislature and head of the lower house. Kofa is the duty bearer. He has the bearing. He has more burden on him compared to the 43 guys. Let's say, for example, rebel faction issue, right? We had the MPF rebel group. They were not right. What they were not right. Doe was a legitimate president for Liberia. Legitimate president for Liberia up until the MPF entered Monrovia. Doe was still recognized as legitimate president for Liberia. After President Doe was killed.
You and Musa agree to now.
Legally, constitutionally, wait, listen now. Constitutionally, he should have taken over.
Musa also flip on him.
Constitutionally, Moniba should have taken over the country as the president in the case of the death of the president. The very people who acted in, the very people who supported the constitution. Wait, small. This is very important. The very individual who were part of the crafting of the constitution opposed to Moniba being selected, coming to take over the country as president in the midst of that.
The president.
And what happened? Wait, small. Then the king will say, look, the government has fallen. Instead, the government has fallen, we have an interim government. The rebel faction benefited.
I've never seen Grace Ben this attentive before until he mentioned Moniba.
No, you gotta say Moniba president.
No, listen now. No. The point is this, gentlemen. I'm giving you, see, I'm giving. I don't
Go ahead.
initially
Go ahead.
that.
Johnny, that Lando man, what you explain to say? If you Lando man,
But the thing Johnny explaining first of all is the thing Johnny explaining first of all has a lot of fault in it. It's faulty.
Well, give me a chance.
The
Yeah,
circumstances not which- the circumstances-
Let the man land there.
No, but just 1 second.
Let the brother land with his faulty.
No, just 1 second, Johnny, and you're correct. You're correct my fault.
Let me get
The
in, right?
circumstances on which go die.
No, Ben.
Go ahead.
Let me get in. I'm giving you a scenario of the duty bearer is Fanatic Kofa, the speaker. The opposing group have no obligation to anybody. Whatever way in, they don't have time. All they know is Kofa should move from there. So if you check in the background now, there are more people discussing with Kofa in the background than even discussing with for the three. Kofa, for your one business, we should not go anywhere. By law, Kofa is right. By law, Kofa is right to maintain his position by law. But experience, I mean, for the sake of the country again, no argument will come about.
Listen to that. Listen to that.
Listen, experience will come, brother.
That was
This will always prevail. Just what prevail.
Expedient.
Kofa should have them
You said do the right thing. You say expedient.
break the law.
And guess what? All of the wrong that has been happening in Liberia because of expediency, let's accept it. Let's
I
accept
agree.
it. You want us to have our cake and eat it? You say expedient when there's something is not right.
Ben.
That's why I asked you the other day on the show, Johnny, I asked you on the show the other day. I said if 800,000 people get in the street tomorrow and demand Joseph Boyka resign, other expediency should he resign?
For how long?
Other expediency.
For how long?
Is that how you
Listen,
Ben? No.
Wait, Ben. If people get in the street in Monrovia, listen, if we spend 800 people in the street in your country, in Monrovia, and hold the country at hostage, no economy, nothing happening for a prolonged period, of course, then that's a revolution of the people.
Amen.
That's
Listen,
a revolution.
Johnny,
That is revolution now.
Johnny, there are 5.5 million Liberians. 5.5 million. What happens if another 1 million show up in Lofa? Who resigning for expedient? But then let's divide the country up. Let's have a constructive conversation.
Ben, you see, that's what I said to you. That's what I said to you. I said to you guys today, we should not make a show like we are defending and supporting one side.
No, we're not supporting anybody. We talk about
your arguments appear like you in defense of Kofa.
No,
and you appear like I'm against Kofa.
But Johnny, no, Johnny.
My argument stands from the fact that I said we should do things legally.
I say appears.
That's what it is. My argument. Of course.
So let's go back. So
when you know me to not do things legally.
So Ben and the rest of the team. Let me just say this to you guys. Let me come back again. I know very well that this process will end politically.
I am not throwing words. The thing is new as everybody.
This thing will end politically. And if we're not careful, the duty bearer will be prepared to even though he's right to hold on what he's holding on, but if we're not careful, the duty bearer will be made to resign. If we're not careful.
You know, tomorrow Kofa resign. So what happened 2 weeks later? 37 people jump on and say, "Oh, we made a mistake. The new speaker we elected. Would I want to?" That's a reason why they have these things in place. That's a reason. You know the reason why they tell you, because at the end of the day, this is a democracy. A democracy is a theater of ideas. Everybody will not agree, but there's a reason why they have thresholds.
So
let's give the people. I suggest let's give the public chance to contribute. Let's give the public chance to contribute to this thing. At least
the country will be meeting sabotage for another year because
it's not about no sabotage. It's not about no sabotage. Chris, muster the courage as a law-abiding citizen and call on those who are breaking the law to obey the law. That's all you need to do here. This is
Ben, listen, Ben, there are people in the inferior districts that are in support representatives for doing what they're doing today and for the 3 members.
Listen, Johnny. Yes. Johnny, there is nothing wrong. Johnny, let me restate what I said. Maybe you all can hear me clearly. If 49 members of the House of Representatives Go to what the place mean? To session. Submit the resolution. The speaker will vacate and the constitutional process for removal will happen. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. Nobody saying here if 49 representative don't want Kofa, he must stay there. They're not Kofa power farm. The speaker job, they're not the job. He didn't will that job to him. But there are rules in place. Jallah, when we disagree with Joseph Boyka, we got a right to say Joseph Boyka. I got a right to call on the show right now and say Joseph Boyka must resign. Does it mean Joseph Boyka should resign? No. It is my right to say, Mr. President, I lost confidence in you. You need to resign. But does it mean that he's going to resign? No. Because there are laws in place. There are guardrails in place to protect the presidency. Because you know what? Elections have consequences. When you elect somebody, you accept the good, you accept the bad. And that's why the framers of the Constitution, Johnny, are guarding against something called the tyranny of the majority. The majority.
So Ben, let me ask you. So are you saying that it was wrong for Charles to resign because of the opposition that came from Lair and other forces?
What are you serious? Really?
I'm asking, what are you saying it was wrong for you to resign?
This is not a wrong or right answer, Johnny.
Johnny, were you not just the one talking about we were trying to present wrong and right? Or
exactly. This is not a wrong or right.
Here's the point, right? Here's the point. Ben making a point. I'm making the honest. Listen,
Johnny, this is not a wrong or right scenario. This is about Charles Taylor. Johnny, you know what Charles Taylor did? Charles Taylor followed the law. He exercised his right as a citizen. His right. He said, in the interest of my country, for nobody to die again, I will resign.
That's what Kofa needs to do.
Nobody dying. Nobody dying.
People dying.
But
they don't have to be physically dying. Even you dropping. People are dying.
People. Guys, we have to get to a point. We have to get to a point in our country, guys.
I would think that we should discuss other matters.
No, but let me. Johnny, what will happen, Johnny? Tomorrow there will be the speaker session will take place. Tomorrow the speaker will go to do his job. If there's no 37% for a quorum, he will join and he wait in the Supreme Court ruling on Monday, the 4th of November. Based on the Supreme Court ruling, if the Justice Nyenwolo alone cannot do it, he'll send it to the full bench. The full bench will rule, and that'll be the end of this whole crisis.
And we have to.
President Boyka has a choice. Now he has a choice in the next couple of hours to either call on his rescue lawmakers to return to session tomorrow on the Speaker's gavel, or Supreme Court will issue the final ruling. It's serious.
And for me, we have to start to test our systems. Yeah. Even in this country, you saw the system in this country almost crumble on January 6th. But you know what happened? The speaker, the vice president, they insisted they were going to certify the election that night. They were saying in the interest of the country, police officer died yesterday. On January 6th, that day, police people died. They could have said, you know what, you're not shut the whole place down and let's go sit down somewhere. They say we will certify the election. And because of that, American democracy is stronger. We have
because those who protested on January 6th were not majority.
So,
the only thing Kofa is saying, the only thing Kofa is saying is, I will be the first speaker that y'all will remove the right way. If y'all want to remove me, y'all will do it according to the law. And guess what? The other speakers then are left. They didn't remove them. They resigned. They didn't remove them. They never reached the 49. Those speakers made a determination, say, you know what? The president fighting us. The odds are against us, so we won't resign. Kofa just said, no, I'm not doing it. Y'all won't move me, y'all get 49, y'all remove me.
I mean, let them go ahead. What they're doing here. Let them go ahead.
But they were patriotic, right? Okay.
It's their choice. Yeah, it's their choice to go ahead what they want to do. It's their choice to get what they want to do. I mean, we had discussing on the by level with them. They want to keep
open the phone line.
What they want to do is their choice. You know, it's their choice. And then go ahead. I know initially, it will end eventually politically. They will have a resolve some way, somehow.
No, you know what my prediction is, Johnny? Johnny, you know my prediction here is? Let me tell you my prediction. Right now, there are conversations happening. There is a stalemate.
Everywhere.
There's a stalemate right now, right? Kofa, more than likely, not going to get hit 37 to have his quorum because the other guys are holding the ground. The other guys, more than likely, not going to get a 49 to move him. There will have to be a meeting of the minds. There will be give and take. There will be things here. Kofa will say, listen, I will give certain things to y'all. They will say, oh, we want a person to chair the other committee. Marvin Cole, you disrespected us. Maybe you should move from it. That what will end up happening. Kofa will still be the Speaker of the House of Representatives. You will see those same guys will come. But you heard them today. Okay, you didn't hear Samuel Koga and Jackson Sibo laughing. You didn't hear them do it today. You heard them laughing, saying, "Oh, we brothers, we
so what?"
So
and that's why I keep. That is why I keep saying that house is a political house, so it will be handled politically, right? I mean, all I'm saying to us is that generally these guys are not really like poor fair. Liberia need to do better than this. So they need to get together as early as possible to ensure that our people are served. No, Ben, we here today. Ben, all of you today. No, Ben. Sometimes we say this out of our emotion, out of anger. No, Ben. The American people that have no idea on what's happening to government, kind of government, and they are just feeling the hard.
Lofa, the person even post the number. Yeah, Lofa, they post the one call.
I said before I post the number, I saw Ben and Lofa in person. They camera who do them fair. They are very good looking young men. Seriously, I was like,
also the ugly in real life.
In real life, yeah.
You know, you see on the Facebook the ugly.
No, but they look wonderful. But when you see them in person, you see them more. I was like, oh my goodness.
Okay, thank you. You're too kind.
Thank you. You kind. 919.
I know better than Lofa, so I know that part. Yeah.
Whatever.
That was she when I thought it. She was do it.
That's my business.
I swear. But let's go call.
All right, guys, that's the number you want to call. We're waiting for your call. Oh, actually, no, I put the wrong number up there.
The Liberia story will be on it. We'll continue to perfect our union. We'll continue to.
We're really getting any political will be good for Liberia. We're going to try hard to work for the people.
They will
Man, you calling me and I'm basically call you.
Somebody coming on to me?
Caller. No, the guys are usual account, but then the station because of the weather.
Yeah, they said they're having issues in Monrovia.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, it's bad today. The rain been too bad today in Kingsville.
But I thought rainy season finished.
Rainy season can't finish because the country too corrupt. That's why they keep on coming down.
They won't wash away. Go on, wash away.
Guys, we got to call up. We got to call on the line. Call up, go ahead. You name it where you're calling from.
You're mute.
Good evening to all panelists. Good evening to Ben. Good evening to Lofa and Chris and the rest of the team in studio. I'm Chris, and city I don't join for the state of North Dakota. Fargo. I just have a few observations on the show tonight. Thank you guys for the discussion. It's so unfortunate that we live in a diaspora. Supporting unlawful behavior in Liberia. I think it's wrong. We need to, change from that because I live my sister Grace studio. Supporting unlawful thing, unconstitutional thing, right? Nobody here want supporting for nothing. But the process, the procedure, it is wrong. Right? We have to center our people, and that means that we let those people. Then whenever a wrong thing happen, then we support it. If that is the case, now go nowhere. For example, for the show example, I let telling me, my sister Rachel will tell us tonight. If 10,000 people tell the show of us, then what do we resign? Which are resign? We have laws. We have constitution that govern everything. And don't for the three governors bring now. You go far, it's not you. They want to go into the job. Okay, obviously, they're not having the voting. Those are losers. They're having the smoking. They have a vote in the gym, and it's a robot. And that means that yesterday, and that's how we said, also we said yesterday, the robot proceeded. No, we got constitution that cover everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, caller. Caller from 518. Let's hear you.
What's up, man?
Not much.
What's up to everybody? Say hi to my brother, Tomalin, and Ben. This is Boy Solo, and I join you from New York.
Boy Solo.
Yeah, my man, what's up? You laughing? You also say thank you to me. You gotta make you get used to the Liberian politics.
Thank you, Barcelona.
Yeah, anyway, thank you for having me. Let me say this, Sister Grace. You always say you are advocate, but you are fake advocate. Not in the interest of
You are very stupid man to say that.
Grace,
You are
Grace.
very
No, Grace, you can't do
You
that.
are stupid man to say that.
Grace, you can't do that.
To your nonsense. You are not, if you're talking to your wife and your mom, and you will not talk to me like that. Can you go? So I hope you like that. I hope you like that.
You came back today. You just going all around the place. Let me say this.
You're not even silver. Who the hell you think you can come here and talk to me like that? Who the hell you think you are?
If people are suffering every day, hearing the need, they put complaining every day on the street. So let brother do the rightful thing to be a patriot to resign also. Because the people are suffering and they're crying on it.
Can you lay your kids? Don't have to me say I'm fake. Who are you?
Give our country some different person to come there. Lastly, Brother Johnny, the information you're giving our people is not right. You got your nephew or your uncle run away from the country as the vice president. He left the country before even the war could go anywhere far. You expect him to come out and be president? So the man ran away ever said and left one over there. They say that the man was give me an example, the man was supposed to take over. You can be SI and take over. Just start doing the thing. And we need to change. You say the president said there'll be no business as usual. So these are some of the things. They need to stop. Why you guys not understand that anytime United Party come to power, they want to remove speaker? You can't understand what happening? People living out of jail there, spoiling like black people money. And yet you're sitting there as an advocate and say yes, it's a good thing. They pay there 2 weeks. You know, who paid for that money? Those guys were sitting, they were sitting with the go there. They were not going there to go and have fun. They pay almost $200 a night over there enjoying themselves. Going in the 10th week, and you can sit there and say, it's a
You better tell my knee for your mouth. You better tell my cuckoo knee for your mouth.
And you do what you have to do. You sit right in America, yeah. But when you bring Donald Trump, the president will sit on the power and quit to the U.S. Congress.
All right.
Before that, the Senate rejected it.
Thank you.
Happy honor to our country. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Let's take our next call here. Caller from 202. Let's hear you.
I ain't know how to be civil. You can't be cussing insulting people. They say you real. Nonsense.
Caller, please turn your monitor off. Go ahead.
Somebody would never do that. So you better be very careful.
This is who? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Your name and where you calling from, please, guys. Please turn your monitor off. When I take your call, please turn your monitor off. I don't want to, guys. I don't want to let you go. Yeah, caller from 202. Continue.
They just choose to hear what they want to hear. Did you hear my statement on me? I can't call me fair. I got my own views. Nonsense. Yeah. People are in the comment cussing, but then they can't hear you can't after they cuss them. Are you kidding me? Insult me in a way.
President Joseph Brecker, when you see this thing going on right now, as a leader, the thing that happened is a duty to call these people. My people, I was sick right now. It's not looking good now. Then you will come together. Let me talk together so we can do everything for the goodness of the Liberian people. They not something to say, take the other person, remove him. But according to the law in Liberia, they say that about 49. About 49, you cannot take anyone from out of it. Why do they do that? Because they know that if stealing is continue going, somebody could say, look, we got to do something to let them out of office to make sure who's stealing money and we'll find it out. That's all they need to do.
Thank you.
That's my talk towards you.
Thank you. Let's take the next caller here. Caller, go ahead. Your name and where you calling from? We can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead, Lincoln.
Really?
Yeah, Chris, let the people tell, man.
Great will respond to them after they are done.
Lofa, we can hear you.
So, political cover is not a mistake, it's not a color. Political cover is not private. The private has the 42 that are making decisions in the favor of they and their family. They are not making decisions in the favor of the Nigerian people. These guys are only there to make profit for they and their family. So, if you can say on a national level and tell the Nigerian people, let political cover resign, you're not doing justice for the Nigerian people. You got bias and you got a little bit bias. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. We are biased tonight. Callers, go ahead. Let's hear from you. Your name and where you calling from?
Well, y'all want criticize? Well,
go ahead, caller.
You crazy? You criticizing everybody. You calling the book corrupt? Why you want to critique you?
The people talking. Let the people talk. I'm sorry, caller. Go ahead. Your name and where you calling from?
Lofa, you gotta put it volume up. We can't hear it.
Okay. All right.
I think I listen to Ben, I listen to
much better.
I listen to everybody. Okay. I think the law, we should go by the law. Because if we don't go by the law on this particular case, this thing will continue. It already continuing. Look at Mr. Bwaka came to power and taking people from job without due process and other things.
Okay. Without due process.
Then of course there's no need for us to argue about law every time. There's no need. As you guys already said, if the guys there in the majority block, if they get 49, let them come on. Let them come on and take the man off. But they should go by the rules of the country. They should go by the law. We got law in the country. Look at today, law. There's no law in our country. Every other law is breaking every time. They say how the country is going to be. Is it how it's going to be? This is not for Konati Togar or maybe for who there for the majority president. Not here. It's just that the law we're protecting. We are protecting the law of the land. So that tomorrow again, this is so it can take place. Also, somebody can come and say, okay, they want to do what do they want.
Thank you.
This is what we're talking about.
Thank you. Let's take the next caller. Caller, come on. Your name and where you calling from? The next caller.
Hello everybody. My name is Joyce. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Joyce from Minnesota. Let's hear you.
The only thing I would like to say, thank you for your argument. For me, I would like to call it Liberian people. You people need to get in the street, tell your law because to do the right thing.
Thank you.
And we need please discuss about the right thing because right now Liberian people that don't have food to eat, they are going to pay $85 for the meter. Can we discuss this one here because the meter was $200 years ago when I bought it from my family. Now they're telling me it's $85. So people can rescue us and can change all the bad things that job we have that took the country to the worst place in the world because Togar is the worst president in the whole world. He did wrong and not just is the best.
I enjoy the conversation.
Come on, for $85 on a can we discuss the war and then
let me shut the phone line down.
No, let it book call, Lofa. Let it book call.
Thank you. Next caller. Let's hear from you. Caller, your name and where you calling from. All right, let's take this caller here. Caller, go ahead. Your name and where you calling from?
I told you I go video.
Okay, I'll mute you. Go ahead, caller. I'm sorry.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller. Your name and where you calling from?
Let me stop you for the start causing video.
Okay.
I just want to speak to the issue. You know, we want Pastor Grace, and she is an advocate, but
Your phone is breaking, sir.
I'm getting. Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Talk.
So, as I was saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pastor Grace needs to stand for the Constitution and not be biased in the whole entire process. Because if we set this example, holistically speaking, if Dr. Moluba win in the next 30 years to come, we get that's it. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Let's take the next caller here. Caller, go ahead. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
The people will criticize you today. All day you're criticizing the people on the show.
Yeah, let the people talk. Go ahead, caller.
You people do this, the speaker will go. Because what goes around comes around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, so the speaker will go. Thank you. Let's take the next caller. Caller, go ahead. Your name and where you calling from?
Hello?
Yeah, let's hear from you.
Yeah, my name is Joe Jenkins, and I'm calling here from Minnesota.
Jenkins from Minnesota. Let's hear from you, boss man.
Yeah. Like we're seeing, right? We're also like from the beginning, from the Cuban, everybody was saying like he's not holding fast to the position.
Mm-hmm.
What we have seen guys to do, let him go in a house, gather themselves. The men will recuse themselves so they can start a legal process. Not everything from political. And besides that, I just want to speak to our intern on the show tonight. I want her, since she advocated, I really want her to please advocate for us. Right now, as we speak, meter in Liberia is going up to $85, and they are even intending to carry the price of corn to 37 cents, to increase it by 140%. So that we can start buying it again. Everything changes when we talk at there and say, oh, they want that one. So we are appealing to our editor, please raise our voice on some of the issue for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go.
All right. Ben, I think we had enough call for the night.
I didn't play that Joey Go song.
No, but Lofa.
Yeah.
Lofa.
Yes.
I just want to do a quick analysis because I didn't really get about.
Let's take the last call. We're not taking any more call again. I'm sorry. Guys, all right, caller, go ahead. Your name and where you calling from. You got a minute.
My name is Jacob Tom. Anyway,
Benjamin Jonah, go ahead, bro.
don't say my name, please.
Okay, I will not say your name is Benjamin.
No, yeah, you walk out about me. Now, what you say when I say? Then you continue. You say a gossip about my name, yeah.
Because, how I see it. This thing is exposing these guys so much so. And it's about time that people get in the street. And when they bring all of those good cars and stuff around,
right?
You know what to do. I mean, I can't say it here, but regulars, you can do the best. You can hold the line this time around. Do it. And I have one question for my dear sister. Which election brought Moluba to our party? We did a re-election, and I want to run for that seat.
Let's go. Your name and where you calling from?
Thank you for allowing me for the last time.
Oh, you call again? This is the second time you calling?
You come across me again. That's why you call me.
I freedom of speech.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Speech. Grace supports the people freedom. She's a spokesperson for the Liberian people. You know what she said?
Grace. Sometimes advocate, you will receive some of these things on her thick skin. The approach tonight on the show was sensible as sometimes you don't allow people to agree with 100%. You have opponents. So sometimes observe when you sit on the social media where you give issue. Please look at that also. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I hear you. I apologize.
All right, caller, go ahead. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, Barrow watching causing me here. I get it fair. I want to get caught me. I want to drop again.
Amos from Pennsylvania. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, when you get ready, you get ready.
Yeah, drop again. I heard Ben was singing
Please, you guys should not be singing that song for us because it breaks them all hard down. When you guys started on school TV and criticize Joga that Joga was the cause for Liberia to fall today, you guys should not be singing that song because this is what Liberia wanted, and Liberia
But all I say, I agree with you.
I received it so big. I can remember when you and Joga were running for senatorial position at that time on the Torgbean road. I can still remember. They called it the power shop.
Yeah.
We all met there and we all sat there. You told when you become a senator for that for Maserado, you were going to make a lot of youth to achieve or to benefit. I'm calling on you, Ben Sanvee. I know you personally, and you are a good friend, and you are a young guy like some of us. We are struggling in Liberia. We need somebody got intervention. We need somebody got that to work from our ill. This is not something to take it for a joke. It is serious and it is a crisis that comes on Liberia. Some will not have school fees for our children. Our children cannot go to school because we cannot afford school fees that people are calling on us. So we are calling on, especially you, Ben Sanvee. I can remember that year when you were sitting on Torgbean Road, before you play power shop. Please remember, think about Torgbean Road.
He was drinking Palman too? He was drinking Palman too? Oh, okay. Okay. With the ball in your hands.
Just to have conversation with him. Okay. If you want to know me, please, I want to know you personally. It's been a very long time.
Sure.
Please.
Yeah, get out one.
Why are no more?
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, guys, I'm not taking any more calls. That's the end of it for tonight.
Okay,
Let
me speak. Sam and you are called the most.
Yeah, Grace, please talk, please.
Right now,
Yeah.
I went off, and I'm not usually that person, but when people always just attacking you,
So you apologize.
or on the post, they just on my kids, my
Little
friends
more
send me
chance, man. Little more
screenshot
talk.
or what they're saying. I mean, how much one person can say. So to tell you the truth, I apologize. Because
No, say it like you mean it.
I apologize.
Say it like you mean it.
You got me out of my skin, and hard for people to get me out of my skin. But
Yeah.
you know, it is when we're talking about like we all are passionate. It's emotional for most of us because we want to see development for the country. I sat on the same platform. You can just 1 year where you want to get. Mami Ko on the line. I said, Mami Ko did the right thing. They're not supposed to do that behind fanatical for buying. I wish they could do two process. But I also said, when I say yes, fanatical shouldn't go. I said in the same platform again, said I didn't like that budget that was passed. But as fanatical for being a speaker of the house, I think the budget was fraudulent and it made me upset with the whole way it was passed because of the same people that are suffering. Yeah. The electricity thing coming can go up. The people complaining. And we are advocates. It's not only certain people because we talk the loudest. No, you can also be an advocate for yourself, in your country, for your family. Everybody should be speaking with one voice. And when some of us come to speak, y'all have to support us. Y'all don't. You know, and we did some stuff in like, bro, we advocated and things were done. But at the same time, we are humans. Sometimes we get tired because we don't have the support of the majority of the people. So if we want things to be done, as people who can talk and you can't talk, you have to be there supporting them on the post and telling the people that's what you want. It's just the right thing to do. But we got love for country. I don't have any fake bone in my body. So you who call me fake, that you're worried. Because everybody who knows everybody who knows me knows that. So I don't know where you're coming from because you don't agree with me today. I'm always for due process. I let the law to take its place. But at the same time, I don't care whatsoever go on because to me, all those people need to be removed except for Musa Benete. And I will say wait.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you for mustering the courage to apologize and to look. This is a tough business. I'm gonna call her out. Yeah. My sister Barbara. I don't know her, but Barbara Watson. She's saying Grace needs to apologize because she was disrespectful. But Barbara Watson used the ASS word. She called me, she abused me, but she said Grace was disrespectful. But it's okay. Because for me, like I always say, this is what, very good. Yeah, right. She don't want that. I think she put, now what she wrote, then she said that Grace might apologize because she was very disrespectful. But it's okay, Barbara. I still love you. Thank you for tuning into the closing argument. For me, it doesn't, look, I think when you sign up, when you're in the public space, you open yourself up, you give people the chance. Everybody's going to have opinions. And I agree with Grace on one thing. Sometimes you get frustrated because at the end of the day, it does take a lot to sit on these platforms and literally sit and watch people throw shots at you, especially people who don't know you, right? You don't know anything about me. You don't know what I do. You don't know how I live. You don't know, and you come up. But again, we also understand because we have opinions. We opine on also on people. We say, oh, thank you, Barbara. I appreciate your apology. No problem. Again, it's the same platform. It's the same passion, right? People, and I say this all the time. It's like when people, I remember very, very well, there were somebody alluded to the fact that I was on Spoon, and I was very critical of George Weah. True. I was very critical of George Weah when he became president. 6 months into his presidency, I felt there was the way the country was going was not what we signed up for, especially taking it from someone who supported him in the second round. In fact, when I went to endorse President George Weah, I stood in front of his face and I told him that I will criticize you if you go wrong. The speech is out there on YouTube. I gave a powerful speech. I said, do not let your people down, because at the end of the day, you will be probably one of the most consequential presidents in our country history. So I felt it was within my responsibility to criticize him when I felt he went wrong, right? So, but I always remind people that in all of my criticism of George Weah, not one day I said Joseph Boyka was his alternative. Not one day. And I continue and I consistently said that if you gave me the same options, the same choices, I would choose George Weah. I kept saying it over and over. So I understand. But because I was critical of Weah, a lot of Sidicians got upset with me. When I went and supported President George Weah, the Unity Party people, were not easy, right? So I know we get a little flared up sometimes, and I appreciate Grace for doing what she did, because it takes a lot for people to literally sit and read these comments, and people are throwing shots, but then it also, like I always say, we critique people. And when Grace get ready to go after people, yeah, y'all know how she go. She go with no holds bar, right? So I can understand, but I thought it was a fascinating discussion. I think the bottom line and the message that I have gotten out of this entire process, this legislative thing, it's not about Funati Kofa at this point. I think people are only saying, maybe, okay, if we did it wrong in the past, there should be a point where we start to do things the right way. And I think it's always hard for you to argue against the rule of law. It's always hard for you to argue against it, because that's the law that we have. If we don't want that law, we can go ahead and change it. If we want to change our speaker by simple majority, then we'll change the rules. Say that once you get 33 or whatever majority you get, you can go ahead and change the speaker. But I thought it was a fascinating session with the callers. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, and then we can kind of wrap up.
I honestly, I'm glad that the people call in tonight. It's always good.
Are you guys there?
Yeah, Johnny, your internet was.
Johnny, you can go ahead. I'll wait.
Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We are hearing you. Were you in Lofa or you in Monroe?
Okay.
I got breaking news.
Don't worry, I'm in Liberia. My man, wait. So here's the point, right? So we received approximately about 10 calls. Let's analyze the call. We received 10 calls, and I think like 99% of the calls came from the US. And the views were kind of balanced. Not necessarily condemning COFA to be removed, but some people were asking for COFA to be removed through the requirement as it's laid out in their own rules. And
hey, Johnny, the internet.
I asked him a simple question because I had some.
After election, we not beat that.
Yeah. So the good thing is that Liberians now have the opportunity to speak out on issues concerning them. I want to encourage all Liberians following the platform. Make the Liberian Constitution your friend.
Yes.
Every day.
Yes.
If you get even get it as an app on your
page.
Phone.
Yep.
Every day.
True.
They got an app on your phone. Acquaint yourself with it. Look, for me, I like teaching, I like educating, I like making people be aware. So all the comments that you see people writing about me there, I'm just laughing because I like it. It makes me to improve. It puts me on guard. It makes me to think, present myself next time when it comes to on this show, how people are thinking about me. It also defines me because then the platform, our guests, our people on the platform, they are our employers. So I agree with my sister Grace for recognizing where she went wrong because of the way they treated her, but she apologized. Look, I believe our audience is the owner of this platform. Therefore, whatever they say and do here, we should take it in good faith, organize ourselves next time, and present the right information. In the meantime, we should ensure they have the right information and let that write them. So I want to advise all the audience, everybody following this show, make that brand constitution your friend. Put on your phone, read chapter 1, article 1 to 3, the state. Go to chapter 4, all the way down, the general principles. The general principles tells us exactly what our government should be doing for us and what we should be doing as a people. If we understand the general principles in our constitution, help us to know how some of these arguments are on the floor, how we discuss them. And going down the line, you read all through. If you read a constitution every day, you even read an article every day, in 1 year, you have a clear understanding of what Liberia constitution is, and there are areas where we'll find flaws. We need to, in the future, we need to make sure that we have a reform of our constitution, because things that are in our constitution that are giving us problems today as a modern day Liberians. So thank you all for calling. I want to appreciate all of you. Like I always say, that legislature, that place is a political house. That whole ground, that whole space. That is why they put them opposite each other. Capability on the other side, Asset Mansion on the other side, and the legislature on the other side. They should move between there. They should coordinate their activities. For us as Liberians, as citizens, we have our individual views, but they will ultimately come up with a solution to their own problems. And I kept saying, whether they go to Supreme Court or not, that issue will be resolved politically. Like Ben point, they may be having some give and take. They might agree with my man. Kofa, we want you. If I say no, I want to stay on board. Okay, what do you guys want? That's political negotiation going on. So going to court, like just matter of trying to show that he got legal understanding. But I can tell you guys, 99.9% of that case will be resolved through political and resolution. And in the next few days, or maybe a week or two, it will be put aside. What I Kofa say or not, my point is Liberia is behind many, many countries. So I hope this argument that have been raised today in the legislature will serve as a means to tell the guys in the house that they need to rethink on their function and duties in that place. They need to rethink. The budget coming to them now for 2025, they should not be allowing to have 45K for vehicle for anybody in government. They should be against that. They should be saying that every community of not less than between 300 to 5,000 people will have access to safe drinking water. They should be working towards improving maternal health. Currently, women are still traveling hours to access medical facility. It's not good for us. And
Johnny, this is not our closing. This is just a response to the people.
Thank you.
So you will be clear on the app. Do they have the app for the Constitution?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. They have.
They put Liberian Constitution.
Just a Liberia Constitution.
Okay.
I brought copy. I was sending copy of the
Just
Constitution.
a Liberia Constitution.
Real copy I brought from Liberia.
Okay.
But in my view, I want to be very grateful to the callers for contributing. I think we should make it a little bit often, give the people the opportunity to chime in on the conversation so that we at least get their views to know how things are going. With that said, I can see why people will, want to go at Grace, because she come across, she's very firm with her position. And, with that, she's not going to waver. So, but I want to use this time to also extend my appreciation to her for acknowledging and accepting where she went wrong. And she extended apology. It's not easy to get someone to just sit on a public platform, all right, where they went wrong and then accept their wrong and extend apologies. So I think it's a good thing that people interact consistently and continuously. In regards to what Johnny said, it's a good thing for people to read the Constitution. But let us also consider that the Constitution is also is subject to legal interpretation to some extent. You having to read the Constitution does not necessarily mean that you understand it. Reading and comprehension are two things. But I do support the idea of having to read it. If you don't understand something specific as to what is being stated in the Constitution, seek legal interpretation. I'm not telling you to go to the ones from the law school in Liberia. No.
What do you mean? The law school is one of the best schools in Africa. What are you talking?
Oh, okay. We can see from the we can see from the outputs.
The law school, who other school? They're one of the best. What are you talking about?
I know we can see from the outputs from those who.
We have a lot of good lawyers from there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's my view.
I agree with you, but I disagree with you because
well, then fine. I'm glad that you disagree. Yeah, I agree with that. But again, like I said, you should seek legal interpretation of what is stated in the Constitution, because not everything that is written we can just understand, especially if you're not a legal mind or you're not a legal practitioner. To some extent, I think you should do that. But other than that, I think tonight showed the fact that we heard from the people. It was a good thing that we did that, and we should continue to encourage them to call, whether here or back home. Even if we were to take 10 calls from each side, I think we will get diverse view, and we will know where we may be falling short of where we are supposed to be providing services to our people.
Well, I mean, the calls. Listen, look. I would just say this: we've been in this business for a couple of times now, and so people was at one time. There's a guy who had a whole show on my late daughter. At that time she was just, I think she was 12 or 13. He put a picture up having a show, all because he was not happy. It was something I said. I was on spoon. He said I said something. He had a whole show on me, and with my daughter, people were fighting. People were going after him for that. But that's what we signed up for. But the good thing when you meet people, like I'll give you an example. On Sunday, I went to a cancer program, a cancer survivor program, awareness program, and the lady who organized the program, I was surprised. She walked up to my table, and she said, "I know you from somewhere." And then people told her, "Oh," and then she started telling me, "I've been seeing this guy." And she said, "What I like about you on your show, you always in the middle." She said, "You always like to play the safe one. You want to hurt people's feelings. You want to be in the center." Yeah. And I said, "Well, no, I try to be objective, but again, so objectivity counts for a lot, you know. But in this case with the speaker, people that think because, I mean, it's because now our friend per se to say, oh yeah, we buddies. No, but we're just trying to be fair, honest. That the fact of the matter is that if he allowed this to happen, that Ben said earlier, because Snow allowed it to happen, so Tyler did it. So the president went for Tyler, but this time around they are dealing with an experienced lawyer. The guy is and let me frank, over one of the smartest lawyer guy in Liberia, very smart, brilliant man. He understands it. He knows the law very well. He's very smart, and as a result, but what you guys will get to understand after this all is said and done, this thing of Kufa removal is much deeper. But just something that the Costa said, make it to all. But one day,
I'm gonna tell you,
pass the storm. You get to the real story behind the whole thing. Now, one of the people in the house there, there plenty of people behind this thing for a lot of reasons that they blaming this young man for. But end of the day, I like how he has kept himself calm. He has conducted himself very professionally, and he's taking his own time. And in as much as he's being attacked, he's reaching out, extending olive branch of peace to people. Just imagine the man, one of his trusted confidants, she died on Sunday. I mean, in the middle of this storm. Somebody who, before you see the speaker, she the last person you see before you see the speaker.
The chief of staff.
Yes.
Chief of staff died.
Now, when they're on Sunday, when they're in Liberia in June, me and Zach Sharp want to see him. Right after, she was so nice to us, calm, very calm. And then in the middle of this storm he's going through, he lost his chief of staff. You know what he's going through right now?
What is her name?
Somebody that you trust. That
I come here. I'll get her name. I come here.
Yeah, Helena. And I mean, he lost the chief of staff on Sunday, and he's very devastated right now. He's down, but yet and still, he on his battle to fighting for his political career, in a sense that trying to for the rule of law to take place. And today is Kofa, but tomorrow will be another person. You see, because if you check it, and one thing, many people don't know, when you say gathering of Liberians, you bring Kofa name there. If that 5 person, 3 person will talk positive thing about Kofa. So now even 4. Honestly,
Tomalin retired
no,
today, man.
great. It's because the way he conducts himself. He's a people's person, very cool guy, you know. But again, and he are going to the speakership and be confrontational with the president. I come here because with my party lost election, I will come, will be fighting. But no, that's why when I'm talking, I call on the president. President Boyka, he cannot say he's not aware what's happening. President Boyka needs to really intervene and bring it to an end tomorrow. But I'm happy that they reached the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court will take I've taken seats of this matter. And I can tell you, if tomorrow comes, there's no resolution to the issue tomorrow, no quorum, wait for November 4th. November 4th, believe we'll find a solution. If not, then the full bench will meet. Once the full bench meets, it's over. The rule, and they'll call on people. Now, before I end, the University of Liberia students issue a strong statement tonight. And I hope they follow through. They say they will unspecified protests will do. And people don't return to the status quo. So I'm calling on Deputy Speaker Thomas Fowler tonight. He watching the show. Deputy Speaker Fowler, I'm calling upon you tomorrow to proceed to the Capitol, set by the side of the Speaker, and you guys can preside over the session. And all of you guys, including my own lawmaker from my Gibi County, Ava Jones, Ava Kokoro Jones, represent my county, my district. I'm calling upon you tomorrow to proceed to the Capitol and do your job. Clarence Guar from my Gibi too. You guys, and you the one you guys got to go. And there'll be nobody, they're not going to fight or say they're going to punish you. No. But you guys got to go.
Tomalin, can I ask a quick question before you land?
Go ahead.
What would be your reaction if you were to get up and those individual names you listed went on the side of the in quotation their claim is one that they should consider? What would be your reaction?
I've talked to all of them. The guys are calling, I talked to them. And I know what the constitution.
That's what I'm saying. What would be your reaction if that was to be the case?
But they're on the other side. They're on our side.
I ask you a question. If you were to wake up tomorrow morning and those individuals you listed were to show up on the side of the majority block.
But why he said they're already there.
They're already there.
They're already on the majority.
Okay.
That's why
Yeah. But because I know them from my giving my country.
He's saying they should go to the session.
They should go to session?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're put to session.
You see, I want to say something. Tomalin,
I think we got a few more minutes, so let's just do our
let me do my closing. Yeah. Tomalin, I hear what you say. It was nice, nice show tonight. You know, sometimes things happen and people will say stuff about you, and Ben said it clearly, they don't even know you. So I understand. So that's the reason why I again apologize to anybody that I said something to that hurt their feelings, especially when I got off. I don't care my opinion hurt your feelings, but I care when I say something that's not right. The right thing to do, my mom would say, is to apologize, and that's what I did. But I want to say this. I don't understand why is it that because Kofa is a quiet guy, and when you talk to people, 3 people will be on his side that he's a quiet guy and he doesn't do this. These are not the reason why we put people into power. One of the main reasons we put people into positions for them to execute the duty of that position. And that's why I want Liberian people to look at. There was a budget that was passed fraudulently. The budget was altered. This man did nothing about it. They took that same budget and they passed it fraudulently, and he did nothing about it. Now, constitutionally, they should remove him with due process. I agree. That's the right thing to do. We want the law to work for the country. We want everything to be done right. But at the same time, I don't care if he's removed, because the people on the other side, they are all not doing justice to the Liberian people. And that's the reason why I think now that the Liberian people should open their eyes. Why, as I always say, and when time to vote, they should always look for the right people to vote you, instead of them taking maybe small money from here. I will vote for you because of this. And all the elections in Liberia, they pay people to vote for them, and truck people from one place to another. That's the thing. Bribery is take a course. That's why when the people get there, they feel they own Liberian people nothing because they already paid for the position. And that's my point. So, you know, I hope that they will come to a conclusion or a resolution with this whole thing. because at this point in time, there's sabotage in the country, and we're not going to sit there and just allow it to just go on because of one person got to be removed from power. And that's the reason why I said, you know what, if all this thing going on, the patriotic thing to do is go far. If he lost Liberia that much, and he's looking for 2029 presidential election to run as president, he should really resign. And I stick on my word. And that's what I feel. Or else he can bring the people together as leader. If I was in that position, kind of everybody agree, because I would put everybody together, the leader that I am, and I would talk to them for us to come to a resolution, even if the resolution means that they want to vote me on the next day. But the betterment of the country, that's what I look at first. And that's just all I say. It was good to be here today since I've been off for a minute. And, you know, I hope that Liberia will be a better place one day. I know Liberia will be a great country one day. I pray for that. And I hope for that always for Liberia, because Liberia is my country and that's where I was born. And I owe it to my country to want the best thing to be done for that country, for the people, and myself to be able to reap that in this lifetime.
Thank you. Let me do my closing. Again, fascinating conversation as always, and we urge everybody to remain engaged. And I agree and I support what Johnny said. I think it's important. I think it was yesterday we were having another discussion on the show, and I talk about the importance of reading and the importance of learning our history. A nation that doesn't understand where it's come from will not know exactly where it's going. And I said it yesterday on this show that for some reason, Liberia is one of the very few countries that I see we keep making the same mistakes that we've already made. It's like that we keep repeating the same mistakes over and over. I talked about the fact that a friend of mine, Archie Williams, I told me, I don't know if you know Archie. Archie is the one who put up these old newspapers all the time, right? It's fascinating how you see the newspapers of the 80s, the newspaper of the 60s. Some of the same things that are happening today are the things that happen over there. And these are not positive things. I wish they were positive, right? Yesterday, I got a chance. I was on the internet, scrolling on the internet, and I saw a video. And I'll find that video and give it to Lofa. Maybe on one of these shows we'll play it. And this video was showing Sheikh Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai. I don't know if you guys have seen this video. Dubai, 30 years ago. And it was just when they found oil. And he was driving around the desert, pretty much. And driving around the desert, but literally pointing out places where he wanted to see certain things happen. And 30, 40 years later, you look at Dubai today. This thing is not rocket science. Liberians are not the only children of God. We are how many billion people in the world? News history said. A couple of billion people in the world. All of us, we are God children. All of us. So God ain't got no special law for Liberia alone. This notion that, let's just pray to God and God will save Liberia. There are other countries that God looking at too. Liberia not the only country that God, we're not the only people that God thinking about. I'm sure God said I can get frustrated with, like, why y'all keep giving me a hard time? So, and it comes to the bottom line here, it comes down to us understanding what we need to do. I said it the other day. There's either right or wrong. There's nothing called the Liberian way. It's either the right way or the wrong way. Now you can make compromises here and there. That's fine. But I'm telling you, we as a nation have to ask ourselves the fundamental questions. When do we start to say, you know what? It's not that we are perfect, but we got to continue to work to perfecting our country. We got to continue. One government got to leave. When the other person comes, you pick up from where the other person stopped. The goal is to do better. Healthy competition. If I see Grace start a small business and she's making millions, it's not to tear her down. There's enough space in the sky for all of us to rise up together. There's Liberian mentality that we have to pull each other down in order for us to be able to climb up. The personal hate, the insult about political leaders, the insult for political leaders, people that you may never ever meet in your life. You burn bridges As a result of that, you abuse somebody like Lofa. You don't know 2 months, 3 months, 1 year down the line where you may meet Lofa, and you may need for Lofa to be able to give you a hand. I am a living witness to people who insulted me just months ago on the internet. Go in my inbox, and I'm helping them. It's because it's not personal to me. Because I know sometimes politics, we get personal. It's an emotional sport. But I'm asking, like Johnny said, let us invest time in knowing about our country, in reading our constitution, in knowing what our rights are. Alexander Cummings told me something. He said, Ben, sometimes we are unfair to the people of Liberia because many Liberians don't know what good looks like. People will not aspire to something they don't know. Yeah. They will only aspire to things that they know. Yeah. That is the reason why everybody wants to be representative. That is the reason why everybody wants to be senator. That is the reason why young men and women of capacity and smartness, they put their entire lives and their entire trust in politicians. And when politicians win, they get frustrated because the person gave them this thing. So all I'm saying is we can do all the insults. We all love Liberia. I don't think anybody loves Liberia more than the other person. We may have different ways to go about doing it. My fight is not about Fonati Kofa in this thing. It's about doing it the right way. Y'all get your 49, leave RLJ, go to session. Go to session. If you got 49 people, go in session, submit your resolution. There are processes in place that this thing can start. And guess what? If you trust your 49 people, Fonati Kofa will have to leave. But if you don't get a 49, unfortunately, he's your speaker. The speaker is elected for 6 years. That is the tenure. He can be removed by cause. He can be removed by the resolution that you're trying to do. But you're not going to get up one morning. This thing has to stop. We get up one morning, a group of people get up, they meet in a hotel, they don't have the requisite threshold or requirement, and then they expect the nation to come to get to a standstill. And we say, oh, you know what, let's just do it? No. So I'm going to end on this note.
Ben, before you end though, did you read the letter from the IMF? Maybe you can add this to your closing. Did you read the letter from the IMF?
I did.
Okay, hopefully you can speak to that. Would that actually help in bringing both parties together though?
Yeah, well, it should, because, and guess what? The IMF is not interested in our elementary thing we're doing in Liberia. If you have an extended credit facility with the IMF, you need legislative approval. It is a loan. Some of it is a loan, some of it a grant. The Minister of Finance announced that he was able to secure $240 million loan from the World Bank and the IMF. That loan needs legislative ratification.
Yeah.
They're not going to go call Togar. Togar is not the speaker.
Right, because no, the letter was addressed directed to the speaker. Exactly. You're absolutely correct.
So my point is, there's serious things happening in the world, guys. We're in a competitive world. We are competing against nations that are leaving us far behind. And we are arguing about somebody want to remove speaker. Let us do things the right way. You want to move the speaker, do it the right way. You want to move president, you either impeach him, you go to the Senate, you do the trial, or you wait for election. So I will end on this note. I thought it was a fascinating conversation. I think our people will continue to get enlightened. Sometimes I say I can just get tired. I'm like, it's not worth it. But you know what? It is worth it. It is worth it. You know why it's worth it? Because I remember for the first time when my son went to Liberia, he reminded me that he will be coming back to Liberia every summer because he felt connected to his motherland, even though he's a born U.S. citizen. But when he got there, he kept asking me, when are we going to reach to the city? When we reached ERW Junction, I said, well, we're in the city. He said, no, Dad, this cannot be the city. We got up in the morning as he was driving around. He said, why are people so poor? Why does it look like everybody's suffering? fundamental questions. And guess what? I cringed because I have also been a part of Liberia's story. So it is a responsibility on all of us to continue to forge ahead. We will fall down, we will make mistakes, but we cannot beat on each other to the extent that, oh, we don't think we care for our country. No idea is fringe. Let's keep moving forward. And the closing argument, like Kamala did last night, she closed her argument. We ourselves are closing our argument. Grace, I know you watched that speech last night, but you know, it was a fascinating speech, but I just thought it was. And Lofa did well yesterday.
Very fascinating.
He showed it on the closing argument. Lofa was the one who made us stay here last night to watch Kamala Harris speak. But it was a fascinating conversation, guys.
It was great.
I would like to
And
say something quick, Lofa, before I
go ahead.
We should
Go
be
ahead.
reading the Constitution every night. We should read an article of the Constitution. Maybe it will help our people. You never know.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Quickly, short. It's on the app. It says
Liberians love the value of the Constitution. You say what?
Article 1, power of the people. All power is inherent in the people. All free governments
That's civic life we're going to now.
by their authority and for their benefits, and they have the right to
alter
and reform a scheme when their safety and happiness so require.
Yeah.
In order to ensure democratic government which responds to the wishes of the governed, the people shall have the right at such period and in such manner as provided for under this Constitution to cause the public servant to leave office and to fill vacancies by regular elections and appointments. Article 1 of the Constitution.
And that's the most powerful. That is the most powerful article in the Liberian Constitution.
Thank you, Grace, for reading that. And the fact that you read that, I will use this opportunity to close on, and I will start with this. Ben,
Well, Lofa, you the host now. Let me end.
Someone is the host. Someone is the host. Don't.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, brother. Sorry.
It doesn't
I
matter.
don't want to be indicted.
I mean, Dr.
Go ahead, brother. Sorry.
No, but on a very serious note, it was a great show tonight. My only thing here, the couple things I wanted to speak to. Ben mentioned something earlier. He spoke about the people's decision to go after Senator Darius DeLon. That idea is not dead because I was opportune to sit and listen to the people's view. And because of my position, the fact that I supported Darius DeLon, Senator Darius DeLon, and then I see where they're coming from, I will support their decision to go after. And the plan is in process. And I will tell you this, in a few days, not even so, you will see them reaching out to people in the various communities and soliciting signatures to have presented to the Senate, hopefully to start the process of impeachment if that is possible. So the people are going. The people will utilize. They will utilize the process again. Would they abide? Would they abide by? No. Again, let's be realistic here. We have not tested the law to its fullest. So we will do everything possible. Let us do everything possible.
It's a part of the democratic process.
Right. It's part of the process. That's what it is.
When you become an elected official,
I just read the Article 1 of the Constitution tomorrow. Why are you laughing?
Thank you. And that's what I'm saying. The process is in place, and I can tell you that in 2 days, the petition will be out. Legal minds are putting heads together.
Lofa, I thought you thought of Dylan the other day.
So because I spoke to Dylan,
I thought y'all had a meeting.
Okay. So that's to tell you something.
I'm just saying. I thought y'all had a meeting.
They don't probably want to come to appear. They want to come to the
No. Okay. So you know what? So Ben, I'm glad you asked that question. I don't see my relationship to any politician above anything, right? I see the Liberian people above it all. When the people make their decision, like I said earlier, I said the people presented their case, and I support a lot of what they have written in the document as far as all of the promises that DeLon made during the campaign. So I support the people, not the individual. So when the decision is made to put a petition out to solicit the signatures to have him impeached, I will support the idea, and I support the idea until DeLon can see reason to change.
Naturally, I can call it the Lord. That see when he was stretching a veer.
See, Ben, you got problem. Ben, you got problem.
Yeah, Bravo. They get ready for the Lord.
When Lofa was stretching that veer for the Lord, see,
Ben, you got problem. But
oh my God! No, we also put that Dilla. Lofa. You know, Lofa
Exactly.
Lofa wanted diaspora spokesperson.
I mean, and that is yes. I will always admit I supported Senator DeLon, and
I don't think he has been a bad.
I don't have a regret.
Let me frank with Lofa.
In comparison,
I have my issues with him,
you
but
guys want to have my closing comment on?
Yeah, finish.
Yeah, my boy, we're not promoting Dillon removal here, my man.
You're not promoting. You're not promoting it. No, we're not.
So,
but
I
think it was a fascinating show, and I thought to.
I mean, yeah, right.
I thought to actually highlight that part because Grace read the Constitution, and you also spoke to the fact that the power is within the people. All right. That I had dropped Lofa Julius more thing. You see?
La bread over.
No, I said Dillon and Lofa had a BB on the mind.
It's a miracle.
Okay, so how was it? So after, no, to be honest with you, yeah, you're right. Dillon and I, we had a lengthy conversation, almost about an hour. 45 minutes to an hour conversation. And yes, and I agree, dude.
So you are sold.
How is that I'm sold that I'm
here? You're the man. You believe Lofa beg your man.
How is it I could be sold? I'm out here telling people.
You had a conversation with him. You start to, he put you back on his side, right?
And then if I'm on his side, how is it that I'm pushing and telling you I support his impeachment?
Because he followed through you, look out. No, but you see, look. Is it me telling it? But look, let Lofa
end, man. Please, let Lofa end his story.
All right. So I mean, again, in conclusion, it was a good show. I think the people reserve the right to remove all of those who are part of the chaos and they're not representing the people. Our people deserve better.
Please end back. Please back.
And it's Benjamin Jonah. I thought it was somebody else, then I realized I saw the name. But let me just say it was a good show, guys. I would not end if I keep talking, people will keep distracted. So I'll just shut up. I'll just keep quiet. Because Ben purposely brought this
Johnny Finney, right?
No, he is here to go.
I'm waiting for you guys.
The way Johnny speaking again,
only 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Grace spoke for long. Ben spoke. I'm back on the time. Ben spoke for 5 minutes. So now let me make my point, right? But let me say this. I mean, actually, I admire the show and I want to commend our followers. I was taking track of their comments. Those who said some things about me, I want to appreciate you for saying those things about me. I don't mean harm for Liberia like everybody else on the show. Yeah, I see.
I thought Harry Moniba was supposed to be president. Harry Moniba all the country the man right away. He said,
"Yeah, you are when the war in there. Let me start. You say I'm a legitimate president.
Wait. Hey, no. I had to turn that down. Don't that took over as interim management? Where did they come from? They were in Liberia. Okay, let's leave that. So let's leave that. Anyway, look, gentlemen. Okay. No, I mean, let's leave that. But actually, let me congratulate our followers. I want to let us few individuals. Like Adina Flomo, Hayes, Oka.
That job we have tough now.
Yeah. I like the way they made a comment. Like my man Ire Brown said I got 1950. But anyway, look. Let me say this. But let me Tomalin and the team. I want to recommend that the team that follow us on the social media, if maybe like before the program ends the last 15 minutes, we can allow at least one or two to come on the show to get involved. Let them take ownership at some point to say something. I don't really mind. All day we involved. We brought this fellow Emmerich, You know, he and Sylvester had a disagreement, but we hope that has been resolved. But I want to approve this platform, maybe the last 15 minutes for closing, like if I need 2-3 of our followers on the social media time to get involved and also be able to say something. And that's a good platform. I want to have the platform to be the most democratic platform for Liberian people to come to and make their points known. But another point is, let's try to see the situation as a point that we're discussing. I'm not against Kofa. I'm not for Kofa. I'm not against whoever. What I'm just being saying over and over here is that this thing happening in legislature is a political game. And Ben made some points here that people don't understand. There are external factors that are playing part into the process, and that makes it political, right? That makes it political because the guy external factor make it political. Because let's say if Kofa has interest in contesting in 2029, and someone see Kofa as a potential aggravator, right? So probably the one they want to just deal with him now. So he
Kofa has said he's not contesting. Kofa here now, no.
The one I said I spoke conditionally.
No, man,
I said conditional.
Okay, for my closing, Lofa, my 40 seconds, I beg you. You're listening. My nephews and my nieces.
Who you vote for? Why?
Donald Trump?
Oh, wait.
Okay. Alexia, if you were to vote, who you vote for?
Kamala Harris.
Why?
Because he protects us from Trump.
Oh, wow. Alexis, what about you? If you were to vote, who will you vote for?
Kamala Harris.
Why?
Because she's great. Because she's lowering taxes and Trump is raising taxes and Trump killed a 15-year-old man.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So one of the men that he voting for Trump?
No.
Who the opinion that he voting for? Who the opinion that he voting for?
He said he voted for Trump.
He said Trump, right?
Yeah, he did say Trump. He did say Trump. Yeah.
Only there's only
Wait.
Everybody.
Yeah, right.
I am mother talk about Donald Trump.
If you were to vote, who will you vote for?
Donald Trump.
Why?
Okay.
Alexia, if you were to vote, who will you vote for?
Kamala Harris.
Why?
Because he protects us from Trump.
Oh, wow. Alexis, what about you? If you were to vote, who will you vote for?
Kamala Harris.
Why?
Because she's great. Because she's lowering taxes and Trump is raising taxes and Trump killed a 15-year-old man.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Look, I mean, the children in America, the children watching TV, man. The children following, everybody involved. And that's, and I pray our generation in Liberia will get our kids involved in everything so that they can make it. Because trust me, the decision that the children will be 2029, but mind you now, those who turn 18, who turn 29 will be voting in Liberia. Yeah. We're educating them, like Johnny always saying. Johnny said this. I've gotten positive feedback about you. People can come and say, I let that guy, Johnny, but get that.
You can just say you can talk for long.
Yeah, but I get positive feedback from you about you. So people talk about you a lot. And so female.
All right, I will slow down.
No, don't slow down, Johnny.
No, don't slow down. Just cut down the excess amount of time.
And Lofa can gossip about you. Let me let you know.
Yeah,
that. Lofa always gossip about you, so you can know. You know me, my own authority.
No problem.
Always
all right, Lofa. We're talking the back. I'll tell Lofa the back.
He can be texting me while we're on the show. He said, "Let's cut Johnny off. Interrupt me." I'm telling you that publicly.
So I am believing you.
But I say I'm not against you.
Let me say this, Liberians, I beg you, my sister and brothers in Liberia.
Wait, I thought watch Benjamin show. Benjamin show stay on.
November 5th is the deadline for the lottery. Your play, please. What if? The DV lottery. Our people in Liberia let them play.
My man, let go play, my man. Look, I just received a mail just now. While we're here, I received a mail. Maybe the next 3 months I'll be coming back to come to another lecture. But man, right now I'm a Liberian intellectual. So I don't have to worry about playing lottery. I can come
answer you, Johnny. I'm talking about you. Man, you can come America anytime. I told the people. And also, please go next Tuesday and vote. By this time next week we'll know who the next president of America.
Yeah.
What? Tomalin, are we still?
I think
Are
we'll go
we
to Saturday.
having election night on Tuesday?
Yeah, we gotta hide. My man, I know.
I mean, because if it take good, I will get
If it
paid
take
also.
good, we won't be on TV.
I want to go off here. No, I'm confident.
Mama, you play Ben, man. You play Ben. Tell the show,
In all
Benjamin.
fairness, I don't believe we will have a winner on Tuesday night. I think it's
your
so close.
your uncle will clean.
No, I think it's so close that it's going to probably go for 1 or 2 days.
I expect to be a blue or somebody will get blue.
Mama, you play Ben, man. Benjamin Jonas will have a show. I should follow way by. Is he still having a show on?
Nah,
The major one across Africa.
Nah, he's not. Now he's in the guy in the he's in the I think the nursing home. He got older, so I don't know what happened. Yeah,
You because Benjamin on the show, because Benjamin on the show, the defense say he the comment section. Why you talking about?
He's in the nursing home now. He went there. He got older, so nowadays that's why constant communication. No, seriously, I'm in constant communication with his nurse. His nurse is Eugenia. Eugenia is one of the nurses, and there's another lady. I forgot her name. Gwen. Gwen is the other lady. Yeah, they take care of him. They're very nice to him. They're the nurses who takes care of Benjamin.
And let me send a shout out to our porcupine god, Jonah Jallah.
Yeah, problem.
Jonah Jallah is closing arguments, porcupine god.
Oh yeah,
he too great not to swallow, but too
cannot be black. Yeah, we get black milk. I mean,
you can't do anything.
You blast you every day.
Yeah. But we appreciate everybody. We think this is democracy.
Everyone bro, guys.
All right, guys. Good night.
All right. Thank you. Good night.
All right.
Good night, people.